So at this point in time, there's been a realistic amount of journalists, a bunch of journalists that have said that today's match against Udinese, the next match against PSG, could potentially be a season-defining moment for Stefano Pioli. If Milan doesn't get the right results in these two matches, there could be some serious question marks coming up against him. Obviously, he's dealing with some injuries. Obviously, I just realized Christian Pulisic isn't playing. I don't know how that slipped my mind. I threw him on the thumbnail. He's not supposed to be there. But Milan's also going with a different formation. Let's look at that. Something that we haven't seen Milan play probably in a long time. I can't remember the last time we lined up a 4-4-2. One of the reasons, obviously, the coach is having to do that is because of injuries. He wants to load up a little bit more attacking options up front. Luka Jovic is going to be starting, I think, his first match at the San Siro. He's partnering up, though, alongside Olivier Giroud. The midfield looks okay. Obviously, you're missing now that attacking piece in Pulisic on the right flank. Already missing that piece in Samuel Chukwueze, too, as a backup to Pulisic. So, really, can we really blame Stefano Pioli if we don't get the right result today? We probably should be. It's still a good enough team that should be able to beat. Aside, not a size of Udinese. Udinese is not a bad team. They still have that genius in the middle of their field in Samardžić. But at the same time, Milan should be hoping to get the right result today. They're expected to pick up the 3 points today. It's been a tumultuous 2 weeks, whatever, for Milan. A bunch of big matches. This guy's yelling in my ear. Hold on. A bunch of big matches. Who do we play? Let's go down this depressing list. Milan played Juventus, didn't get the right result. Played PSG, didn't get the right result. Played Napoli, bundled a 2-0 lead. The daggers are out, really, for Stefano Pioli. And there's still some question marks, and I want you guys to let me know in the comment section. The fact that we're still not playing Yassin Adli. A lot of people, after the conclusion of the match against Napoli, saw what Yassin had to offer when he was switched in instead of Rade Krunic. Although I didn't think he had a bad performance per se. But today, same thing. There's no Yassin Adli. He's going back to Rade. He's sticking with Tihani Rangers as he should. And going with a bit of a different formation. The main reason for the switch of this formation is because Milan doesn't really have a right winger. If they want to go with a 4-3-3, they definitely can't go with a 4-2-3-1. They don't have the bodies for it. They don't have a trequartista. They don't have a solid right winger. They can't even really line up as a 4-3-3. Who would be the right winger in that situation? I mean, we have a laundry list of injuries right now. So this is a forced formation. They're probably going to be... I actually don't know how they're going to line up on this. I think Leao and Musa will make the wide runs. Musa a lot of the times exploits that right flank, right? Especially when he has someone like Florenzi in support alongside Christian Pulisic. He does a really good job. So he's going to be doing that today without a teammate in Pulisic. It's going to be Yunus Musa making those runs on the right. Leao obviously is going to be doing what one expects him to do. Is he actually going to be able to pull it off? We'll have to wait to see. Just checking my audios here before I keep talking. Yes, we're looking good. I'll jump into your comments. I see a bunch of comments floating in here. So let's take it from the top. Forza Milan. Of course, always Forza Milan. Got some more Forza Milans. Are you concerned for Theo? I'm worried about Florenzi versus Dembele. I'm not concerned. I mean, I'm concerned for Theo. If you mean in this particular match, I'm concerned for Theo in general. There's been a significant drop-off in what he has been doing this season. Are you referring to Dembele in the match against PSG? I'm just catching up on the lineup here. Hold on. Match is about to kick off on my screen now. Okay, here we go. Am I concerned for Theo Hernandez? I'm concerned in general for Theo Hernandez. Whatever is going on this season with him is significantly below par. Injury issues, his form when he's not injured and he's on the field. Nothing really seems to be very impressive from Theo. So there's question marks all along this lineup right now. If I pull up this comment again, if we look at this lineup, you look at Davide Calabria. We know how the season's going. We have some serious question marks about him. You look at Fikayo Tomori and Malik Tau. Tomori's probably having arguably his best season at Milan, but Malik has shown a little bit of his youth recently with some unnecessary challenges, picking up needless yellows, needless red cards. So there's that. Florenzi on the left flank. Florenzi, I trust as a right winger when it's 60 minutes into the game. I think he offers that nice energetic spark in the second half. But as a starter on the left flank, will he have the same link-up play as Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leao? I think we know it's not going to be the same. Yunus Musa is clearly turning out to be an important role player for Milan. The injury to Ruben Loftus-Cheek puts him in here. The absence of Christian Pulisic now brings him as a right winger. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's making himself useful for the team. Rade Krunic, so the players are lining up with Kalulu's shirt. So it looks like Kalulu did go through an important surgery that is going to keep him off the field for, maybe 5 months, which is, tough news for Kalulu, but, very difficult news for Milan in general because of what's happening this season anyways. It looks like Florenzi was leading the charge of holding that shirt up. I've seen Florenzi do that before too. I can't remember which match, but there was a player that was injured. I think it was maybe Simon Kier, and he was playing and he, lifted his shirt and, seems to be that quiet leader for Milan. But yeah, we're talking about Yunus Musa. We're looking in the midfield at Krunic and Tiani Reinders. Let me know in the comment section. Would you guys be playing Yassin Adli? Or would you be playing Tiani Reinders? Would you be playing Rade Krunic? Because I think, for me, it would be pretty clear. The only thing that I would understand is that Milan already has some injuries. They're already playing, someone like Luka Jovic there. Things haven't been going very well for the team recently. So maybe Pioli wants to keep a little bit more experience in the middle of the field and not throw Adli alongside Musa and Jovic and everybody in there. I still think I would go with Yassin Adli probably. Rafael on the left flank. I don't know what to say. Right now, there's a lot of criticism about a lot of the players, and Leao has not escaped that criticism. So, and up front we got Olivier Giroud, who has scored a couple of important goals against Napoli. Then you got Luka Jovic. A lot of question marks about him too. So honestly, today's match is going to be, it's essentially really going to be a reflection point to see how this team can do with all the injuries that they have on hand. It's out of the PSG clash as well. Oh, that's an early attack from Udinese. 10 seconds in. So I'm about a minute behind from the looks of it from the website. 4 months. Kalulu's out for 4 months. That's a nice ball out to Luka Jovic. Couldn't control that. A little too tough. It's out of the PSG clash. Let's find out. Confirm. All right, so there was some surprise when the team's sheets were handed out, as according to Sempre Milan, as Theo Hernandez's name did not appear in the starting lineup. According to what is being reported, Theo will not play any part in Milan's game against Udinese at San Siro, despite the fact he was named in all the probable 11s in the build-up, which is true. The reason is that the Frenchman is unavailable due to a bruised ankle as per the club. They probably wouldn't... Oh, that's a foul. Oh, that looked like Jovic was tripped. Oh, Rangers was tripped outside the box. Milan were being hopeful of being able to field their first choice defense with Theo, etc., etc. Yeah, there's honestly no confirmed word right now if Theo's going to be playing against PSG or not. I don't see that coming anyways. When is the match? I think the match is on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. I mean, they only really have a couple of days to reveal anything. And sorry, guys, today there's not going to be any 4 takeaways, mostly because I have a family commitment. And for that reason, we're just going to be doing this live and chatting away. Yeah, exactly. So, oh my God, there's so many comments. Hold on, let me catch up on these. Blown ankle sounds serious. We'll find out, I guess. That's in reference to, must be in reference to Theo Hernandez. We can count on Florenzi for this game. Yes, for this game we can. Even for the match against PSG, I mean, some of those players were his teammates before, but honestly, no. That PSG side is very new. Let's just hope we have Theo back. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know which direction Milan's season is going right now, to be quite honest with you guys. Things are definitely turned for a little bit of a darker spot. A lot of question marks around the coach. And clearly an injury after an injury after an injury. So I really don't know what to say right now. I hope Theo's back for the PSG match. Let's see. It's very odd that we heard about Theo only now when they gave up the lineup. It's true. I mean, as I was reading before from the Sempre Milan article, in all the probable lineups, Theo was there. Did it happen during warm-up? At least from what I read, there's no confirmation when it exactly happened. Could have happened yesterday. Maybe they waited to see if he feels better before kickoff, and sounds like he didn't. And so here we are, Florenzi on the left flank. Formation is going to be interesting, absolutely. We're unlucky with injuries. It is what it is. That's the thing. You can't really do much about it. Rafael Leao from the left flank, controlling the ball. That's a decent ball in from Leao. A little bit of a tricky hopper, especially with a little bit of, looks like there might be a little bit of drizzle there. Ball's going to be bouncing around, skidding around more. Is Musa going to play as a winger? From the looks of it, yes. I mean, these formations are pretty fluid, though. There's never, it's not like they have to hold that position. So I think as the match progresses, we'll wait to see. Right now, it looks like Musa's sitting a little bit more deeper. And Milan's playing like almost like a triangle up front with Giroud all the way up top, Jovic on the right, and Leao on the left behind him. I think formation with 2 strikers is the way to go. I think it can sometimes also be misleading, though. Sometimes I feel like because there's 2 strikers, there's double the chance of goals. And sometimes there just isn't. It just doesn't translate to that. But right now, Milan needs attackers. Chukwueze's out. Pulisic is out. Lord knows who else is out. Okafor, I think, is questionable. If Okafor is on the bench, I would have definitely started with Okafor instead of Jovic. He's just shown to be a little bit more convincing. It's one of those things. Every season, there's one guy that Stefano Pioli puts on the bench and stays on the bench. Rafael Leao on the left flank. Nice control of the ball. Leao controls this. Is he going to take a shot? He does, but no one's there. Might have been offside. He's offside. Yo. Hello. Hi, Mats. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Let's go, Milan. Yeah, good to see everybody, too. It's the first live of the season, actually. I've been trying to put out more 4 takeaways and create other type of content instead of, doing too many lives. But today, got a family commitment. I have to leave pretty much as soon as the match is done. So I thought, you know what? Instead of saying, hey, no video today, I'd rather just go live, see you guys, watch the match, and then dip out. Wait, that's a good ball out. Rafael Leao on the left flank, 1-on-1, going further out. That's a good corner kick from Leao. Honestly, it's still the same thing. Watching this match, first 6 minutes, it's pass it out to Leao and then hope for the best. And it'll work here and there, but that can't be Milan's strategy for too long. Now, I understand in today's match, the injuries that we have, I kind of get it. Losing Ruben Loftus-Cheek, losing Christian Pulisic, and a bunch of other guys. Oh, that skid's out. Musa. No, I couldn't get a shot off there. I think he's out, my friend. He's not playing. This lineup worries me with Jovic. Yes, Jovic, I call him the invisible man. Right? There was that movie where that guy is not visible and they put like some mask and sunglasses on him. That's who Jovic is for me. The guy's playing. I've seen a lot of people defend him. I don't know. He just seems very disinterested to me. Hopefully today's going to be a little different. He's getting a start. Maybe he feels like the team is showing a little bit more confidence in the case of all these injuries. But man, Jovic looks very disinterested to me. I mean, you don't just fall off from the way that he has. Being recruited by Real Madrid and then just flailing around. I think he went to Fiorentina, Frankfurt. Frankfurt, he was still okay. Did he go to Chelsea too? Or am I thinking, I'm thinking of Timo Werner, sorry. But just not impressive. And obviously not Milan's first choice either, which was never the plan. Let's be real. Can you tell us anything about Ibra's future role in Milan? Hey, right now it looks like Milan desperately wants him. Looks like Cardinale really wants him. I think it's more of a... when Gattuso became Milan's coach, there was a true understanding that he was a very good motivator, but was he a very good tactician or not was up for debate, and truly was highly questioned. Bottom line, I think that motivator is what Milan is seeking. A guy that's a bad pass from Fikayo Tomori, terrible control from Davide Calabria as well, and now Udinese on the counter attack. Is he going to get on the ball or Musa's going to get him off? Oh my God! What was that from Florenzi? Jesus, Florenzi, that ball might have gone out though. But wow, that is an absolute howler. That would have been a howler from Milan. First, they lose possession from Fikayo Tomori to Davide Calabria for no reason. Then they get hit on the counter. Musa almost fouls him in the penalty box. He doesn't. He pulls the ball back in fairly, and Florenzi, trying to control that ball, just lays it off to an Udinese player. It looks like Pereira actually took the shot from a very favorable position. That should have been a goal, really. He should have hit the target. That should have been the opening goal for Udinese. 10 minutes in, Milan looking what we've seen recently from them, questionable. And Udinese looking like they had the best chance up until now, by far. I'll tell you guys honestly, I didn't sleep last night. I'm just being honest. From 2 o'clock last night to, I don't even know what time in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, I didn't sleep. Let me see what comments to pull up here. Hold on, where did your comments disappear here? There we go. So yeah, from the looks of it, I'll come back to my story after. But from the looks of it, Ibrahimovic is going to be that motivator in Milan's dressing room. At least that's what it seems like to me they're looking for from him. Rangers getting a goal will give him so much confidence. It'll give me a lot of confidence in him too. I almost feel like Rangers started off really brightly this season. A lot of players did. We saw a bunch of goals coming from the new players. I made that video in terms of contributions. I think 40% of the contributions after the first 7-8 matches were from new players, which was, compared to, I think, 3% last season at the same point in time, 40% and 3%. So a drastic difference, but you feel like the new players have kind of either gotten injured or they've slowed down a little bit. That bright appeal when they just start off the season, everything is fresh and exciting, seems to have, quite honestly, fairly died off a little bit. And Milan's just gone through a tough run of form too. Coach is being questioned, injuries coming left, right, and center, players not at their best form. So your superstar is being doubted. There are reports of Manchester United's interest in him. I don't know how it happened and how it happened so suddenly, but suddenly this team is, having a lot of question marks around it. Good work from Rade Krunic, won the ball back. Jovic lost the ball there, but Krunic won it back. Florenzi with a nice ball out to Rafael Leao. That was actually an excellent ball out from Florenzi. Can Leao do something with it, though? Barely goes out to Musa, a little bit outside the box. Strange cross from Leao. I think Florenzi was a little bit better suited. Jovic was trying to do what? Take a shot from there? Oh, Krunic. Why the F, Jovic and Giroud? The perfect combo was Giroud and Noah. I agree. I said that. I agree with that. And I think it's unfortunately going to be the truth as the 90 minutes progress. But I'd love to be wrong. Hopefully Rangers. Yes, hopefully. Believe from Old Heart Rosanero. Always the man trying to make us believe. Rightfully so. You need some positive voices. Christian Pulisic, sad face. Yeah, the guy's out. Didn't realize for whatever reason it totally slipped my mind. So I threw Pulisic on the thumbnail again. Shouldn't have. Dude's not even playing. Come on, Kush. And I'm telling you that it's one of the main reasons for the reason why I put him on the thumbnail is because I'm operating on 2-3 hours of sleep at the most. And to be honest, I was watching. I don't know if you guys watch cricket. I was watching the Cricket World Cup. I couldn't sleep at 1 o'clock. I woke up. The game was on. I started watching it, and I was up till 7 o'clock just watching that. So yeah, that's where we are. That almost fell to Giroud. That clearance from Silvestri. Theo out. Why am I not surprised? Why does Milan still have the same fitness staff? We don't know though. I actually don't know. My audio is super low. Does anybody else think that too? Because I'm going to increase the audio. But since I didn't get a lot of remarks about the audio, maybe I'll keep it that way. Maybe I'll increase it a little bit. Here we go. Here is an increase in the volume. I hope this is better and you guys don't have to lower it. But I don't know if Florenzi will be able to handle Dembele. We don't have to worry about that right now. Let's worry about that on Tuesday. Let's get past Udinese first, pick up 3 points. Milan has got to be in contention for the Scudetto. I think the Champions League, I'll be honest, I don't think Milan's going to be getting out of the group. That's just me. I don't think they're good enough to beat PSG. I never thought they were good enough to beat PSG. A lot of you guys in the comments are making me believe that we were. I feel like PSG had a bad game against Newcastle, but for some reason we felt like that's who they were going to be. Newcastle is questionable too, but I think it's probably going to be, I don't know which 2 teams are going to go through. I think PSG goes through for sure. And I think it's between one of Newcastle and Dortmund at this point in time. Seeing Milan's injury issues, seeing the lack of tactical awareness the coach is showing a lot of the times, especially in-game changes, there's a lot of rigidity from the coach in-game to make too many. And I'm not talking about substitutions. I'm talking about style of play. We play the exact same style, and you almost feel like you make it so easy for the opposition to predict what you're going to do. And you double team Rafael Leao, you wait Milan to overpress you, and then you just hit him on the counter, and you're going to have a field day in the back line because there's going to be like 4 guys waiting there for you instead of you properly combine in a compact defensive group. That's a good ball. Good ball from Rafael Leao, but a terrible ball back from Rangers. You should do a little bit more with that yourself, my friend. He did not need to pass that out to Rafael Leao. He had an open space going into the box. He should have taken that. Nice work, Rangers. Loses possession, but shows some good quality. Udinese on the counter. Fikayo Tomori pushes him off the ball. Great strength from Fix. Tiani Rangers back on the ball. Rade Krunic. A little bit of space. More attacking space from Milan too, but a ridiculously stupid ball from Rade Krunic. All you need to do is probably play Yacine Adli. The quality of his passing is so much more superior to Krunic. I don't know what this obsession with Krunic is. And I will fault myself for being a little bit too emotional recently because I'm frustrated with my team. But that ball is just not good enough from Krunic. Florenzi has done great at the left back role. Last time Theo was suspended, we had no issues with him. Udinese on the counter. I was about to say Udinese looks so fluid, but that's exactly when they lose possession. But they do look a little more fluid than Milan. I'll predict what Milan's doing. Maignan has the ball. He's going to go to Fikayo. Fikayo's going to go to Krunic. There we go. He's going to go to Florenzi, who's going to go to Leao. All right, Florenzi pass complete. Florenzi turn around. Okay, he goes to Malik Tau, so I was wrong there. Florenzi has done great at the left back role. Last time Theo was suspended, we had no issues with him. Yes, which is true. I mean, Florenzi in general is reliable. He's actually shown to be sometimes more reliable even than Davide Calabria. And right now, a lot of players, quite honestly, would be better than Theo Hernandez because Theo Hernandez has been completely useless. And that's the truth. So Florenzi and my uncle will also be better than that. Oh, that's a good Oh, that's not a good challenge from Krunic. That looks like a yellow card on the edge of the box, a little bit outside the box. Dangerous free kick coming in for Udinese. Here we go. I'm a bit surprised Pioli's not playing Okafor with Giroud. Why start Jovic, who is so similar to Giroud? My friend, we have a lot of questions right now for Stefano Pioli. A lot. The only thing to me that'll justify that is potentially an injury. And maybe some slowdown with Okafor. Not that I've read anything. Yeah, if I'm missing, let me know in the comments. I don't think I am. But if you're missing Pulisic on the right, if you don't have Samuel Chukwueze on the right, you're having to adjust your formation. You want to keep that pace and attacking strength on the right. And if you're going to play Jovic, you might as well play Okafor. He's going to offer you so much more than Jovic. Or play... All right, strikes the wall. So Milan is clear on that. Careful. Oh my goodness, Fikayo Tomori. That was another chance for Udinese to get on the score sheet. We're almost 20 minutes in and it's 0-0 right now. What did Fikayo Tomori do there? Oh, he tried to clear it. He missed it. So why he's playing is for you to figure out. Their striker is called Success. We're in trouble. Looks like Milan is on attack here. Decent ball in. Oh, that could have gone to Leao. That's a corner kick. That could have actually fallen to Rafa Leao. Hey, good point. I would replace Krunic with Adli. I agree. Do you think the World Cup is the reason for all the injuries? At this point in time, I don't think it should be. I mean, I'll have to, we'd have to see if there's an uptick in injuries this season and the last. Oh, that's a good ball out. Who was that? Rade Krunic got his head on the ball. Should have done better. At least hit the target, my friend. Where was he standing? He was standing at an odd angle. Actually, that's a little bit harder to get it from that angle, but he should have at least tried to hit the target. Couldn't wrap his head around the ball there. It was, kind of took it straight on his forehead instead of wrapping it around and striking it maybe from the side to get it to at least hit the target or deflect it into the path of another Milan player. Good chance for Milan, though. Probably one of their better ones. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the injuries and World Cup Association at this point. I think at the second half of last season, a lot of injuries could have been, attributed to that. But maybe not now. They've gone through an off season. All that has happened. Leao really needs to step up. He has been pretty poor for a few games. Bingo. Stats don't lie. Last 3 games, Adli started. Milan won all 3. Last 3 games, Krunic started. 1 point from 9. I mean, you're right. We also have other injuries alongside Krunic, to be fair. Other injuries that have taken place while Krunic is on the field. But, I mean, I can't. As you said, stats don't lie. Jovic, come on. Keep the ball, my friend. Florenzi on the left. Look at Leao. In that moment, 22 minutes and 28 seconds, if you watch the replay of the match, at that moment, Rafael Leao is standing almost right behind Florenzi. And there's no movement from him. And this is a complaint that Arrigo Sacchi has made. There are a lot of people who've complained about this. Milan is so static when they're attacking. The players don't move around enough. They don't open up passing lanes or give opportunities to be able to get the ball in a more threatening space. How does it benefit Rafael Leao? That's a dangerous ball in. Success with his head on the ball. But, okay, not a corner kick. How does it benefit your team if Florenzi has the ball and you're standing right behind him? At least try and make a darting run somewhere, unless he's waiting to get the ball and then do his usual stuff where Florenzi's going to pass on the ball and he's going to try and take on 3 guys. It's just so predictable. 22 minutes, 28 seconds. Just watch Leao's positioning. Come on, man. As I said, I'm on 2 hours of sleep, so the patience level today, it's going to be lower. Should have got a left back in the summer. My friend, I have been crying for a left back for so long. The amount of people in the comments that told me that we have Florenzi, we're good. The profiles that I was crying about were center back, which I think we missed in some big games. A backup left back, a new right back. Calabria time for me is done. Central defensive midfielder. A lot of rightful focus was on attack, as I said too many times. Rightful focus on attack. But you can't just neglect the foundation of your team, which is your back line. What are you going to win? You can't win anything with a leaky defense. And here we go. Another same move from Rafael Leao. Gets the ball, tries to lay it off to Reinders and make that run. It's like, sometimes you learn the wrong lessons in life. Oh, come on, Jovic, get the ball to Leao. Oh, that's a good ball to Davide Calabria. Take a shot from outside the box. Oh, good shot from Davide. Looked like a good ball from Krunic to Calabria. An open space. Calabria could have taken maybe one more touch on the ball, gotten himself closer to the box. He didn't. And Milan takes a quick corner kick. Doesn't really do much with it. But that was a little bit brighter for Milan for sure. It's plenty wet. All right. I really like Florenzi's. Florenzi's always there when the team needs him. Role player. Perfect role player. Leader. Experience. Euro Cup winner. Played in massive Champions League matches. I think he played in a final and lost, or was it a semifinal for PSG? Played for Roma for 200 plus matches. It's all experience too, guys. And clearly a serious amount of fitness too from him. I love players like Florenzi. I love players like Krunic. But Krunic in a role player role, not as a starting central midfielder role. That I don't like Krunic in. Manuel to Tomori. Tomori to Florenzi. Milan doing the inverted thing again. Oh, that's a good ball out. Who lost that possession? Something should have come out of that. Come on, Jovic. Something should have come out of that for sure from Jovic. You can't just lose possession there. Is that a corner kick now? Yes. I hope Simic continues to be in the main squad. I could see him being better than both Chao, Kalulu. I'll be honest, and I have to say it, pretty straight up. I don't care about these players. And I don't mean it in maybe the way I sounded right now. For a long time, when it comes to Milan, I have been part of the trust the process group. Wait for things to happen. Let the team build. It's going to take some time. Let a couple seasons pass. Let a Champions League season go through. Let them get the experience and we'll get results. I think I've definitely entered the results phase now. We need to create things now. We need to win things now. I think the phase of wait and see what happens and maybe this player can be a good player. I think profiles like Pobega, who else have we played in the past that I can think of? But definitely Pobega and, Daniel Maldini, if you can say, Simic, a lot of players from Milan's youth sector. I hope they're going to become players like the other youth players, like Davide Calabria, who's been a useful player for multiple seasons now for Milan. But I need players and I need results from Milan's management where they get the right profiles right away. And results right away. Long-term investment is separate. I want results now. Oh, come on, man. That's not a foul. Mike Mignolet clears that out. Milan did a decent defensive job there. Luka Jovic. Okafor probably they need as replacement for Leao. In the second half, we have a game midweek, no? Yeah, good point. I mean, we have a lot of injuries, so, Okafor could be... But, Okafor has barely played. You play him as an attacker alongside Giroud, and when 45 minutes happens, or, it's the end of the first half, end of 1 hour, you take Leao off, you put Okafor on the left flank, and you bring Jovic in then. Why start with Jovic? Okafor has 90 minutes in him if he's fit. Barely plays. So, yeah, I guess. But you could also take Leao in the second half off for Jovic and put Okafor on the left flank instead. Because we're 30 minutes in and Milan's attack has been pretty toothless. A couple chances here and there. And we're quite honestly not even getting much from Rafael Leao anyways. Would have preferred Balotelli than Jovic. Stop it, man. Don't do this right now. Hey, Kush, what's up, my friend? I know you're watching in Nepal, I believe. We need Adli in. Exactly. Okay. Sometimes I say things, then I reflect on them. We need Adli in. Krunic hasn't been too bad. I'll say that. But, picked up an unnecessary yellow card, so he probably will get taken off at halftime, maybe for Yassin Adli. And Milan will probably legitimately have better attacking or creativity, especially coming from the middle of the field, if Adli's on. UCL done. Let's focus on Serie A. Hey, I think you might be right. The only thing that I'll say about that is this. Who will win? Romeo? I bet Udinese. Come on, man. Don't do that. Just don't bet. Okay, UCL done. Let's focus on... Hold on, let me bring this comment back in. Let's focus on Serie A. I don't disagree with this, but my important point would be this. Should Milan be looking at possibly playing in the Europa League? Should we be fighting? Obviously, Milan's going to be fighting to get out of the group. There's no question about that. But as fans, are we going to be comfortable if Milan makes Europa League instead of crashing out of the tournament altogether? And here's why. Next season, the Champions League format changes drastically, right? If you look at, I don't know when the UEFA coefficient, rating and ranking is taken from. That's the period I don't know. But right now, this season, Milan was in pot 3. Being in pot 3 means if we're in pot 3 again next season, or let's say pot 4 for some reason, pot 4 we're not going to drop into, but let's say we're in pot 3 again next season. That will put Milan in a situation where we're not going to be playing any of the top teams during the league stage of the Champions League. Not the knockout rounds, but the league stage of the Champions League. Rafael, lovely run. That should be a goal. Come on, Rafa. That should be a goal. You did all the hard work. Drove the ball in. Cut in between two defenders. Everything was almost done. At least hit the target, Rafa. But that's excellent work from Leao. That's very difficult to do what he did there, and it just has to translate into a goal at the end of the day. So going back to the UCL point, should Milan be looking to get into the Europa League? Because this season, if we were in pot 3 next year, we would be playing teams that are not very, they're not the top teams, let's just say, in the Champions League. They're not the Bayerns and the Manchester United or Inter, for that matter. Any other top teams, name them, and they're part of the list. Real Madrid, Barcelona, whatever it is. PSG. None of those teams Milan will be playing. They'll be playing the pot 3 teams, which is just doesn't make for very exciting Champions League viewership for Milan. That's not good exposure for the Rossoneri. But if they play in the Europa League, they can still keep improving their coefficient ranking, their coefficient rating. Oh, that's a good shot from Yunus Musa. Forces him into a save to his near post. Good shot from Yunus. Alongside Davide Calabria, that might be one of the better chances. Oh, that's a phenomenal shot from Musa with his left foot. Davide. Musa. Davide. Goes out to Malik Tau. Florenzi. Pass out to Rafa. 1-on-1. Leao. Oh, lovely work from the Udinese defender. Easily pushed Leao off of that. That was phenomenally easy. Oh my God, what happened there? Looks like he took Florenzi down, but now he's been called back for a foul by Fikayo Tomori. So yeah, at the end of it, that's the point. Is should Milan be considering playing in the Champions League or in the Europa League? I don't know if that's a foul from Fikayo Tomori. Just in order to get their coefficient ranking up and their rating up, just so that they can, get a better pool next season. Fun fact, Florenzi used to play for PSG. Yes, exactly. I think he played pretty well in the Champions League for them. One of the seasons. We need a next level coach. That's my point. Pioli's not a bad coach, just not a next level coach for me. If we can draw PSG or beat PSG, I believe we can also beat Newcastle Dortmund. Milan has to beat PSG. You can't pick up another draw. You can't pick up another draw, man. Going into the final 2 matches of the season, you're going to have 3 points? No. You have to beat them. You're at home. That's what happens against PSG is going to dictate what Milan's going to be able to do. And keeping that in mind, nice clearance from Mike Mignon. Keeping that in mind, there's a possibility that Theo Hernandez was rested for that reason. That they believe that he'll be back against PSG, but for today's match, they don't want to risk him. Possible. Why Musa on the right? Where's Chukwueze? Injured. Every time Musa receives the ball, he goes back. Musa, actually, quite honestly, he drives the ball forward a lot more than he takes it back. He's a very positive-minded player. I'm actually an absolute fan of Musa. I think he's a player with serious potential. I disagree there, to be honest, and that he drives the ball, takes the ball back. I don't think he does that enough. I think he actually pushes it up more. Why do you think Adli is always benched? He brings so much quality in the midfield. I really can't explain it. Beyond a certain point, no one can explain it. I'm with you on that. The only thing that people say is that, Samacic with the shot from outside the box, pulled off a layout there, totally off target. That's a good clearance from Mike Maignan. Falls to Rafael Leao, calls a foul. Why is Adli on the bench? Yeah, beyond a certain point, I think you just have to think that Pioli has certain players. Look, Pioli wants to keep his job, Pioli's not going to self-sabotage by not playing a player that he thinks is playing good. He wants to be the coach of Milan. And he wants to continue to do that. So he's not going to purposely pick a player that is not playing well. I think he just believes for some reason that Krunic is more effective as a player than Adli would be. I think a lot of people disagree with him. I think I see some reasonable thought behind that for Pioli. I think he just sees more experience with Krunic. He actually did play really well in the first 7 games that he was available, Krunic. He was actually one of our best players. I still remember putting him in a bunch of green boxes. So I get the trust in Krunic, but I think when Adli has shown us that he can actually play really well, you have to take the chance that Sinisa Mihailovic took on Gianluigi Donnarumma. Oh, that should be a goal! Oh my goodness! How do you miss that, Florenzi? Oh, what a ball from Rafael Leao. That was a perfect ball. These are the chances you have to take. This is the Newcastle, the Dortmund, the PSG. These are the chances that are getting missed. That should be that should be the most obvious goal. He did all the hard work. It has to be offside. That has to be a goal, Florenzi. Pioli needs to take Krunic off before he gets a red card. I think Adli will come up in the second half, especially, around that 50th, 60th minute. Krunic should be called a magician. Milan football disappears every time he gets the ball. I'll give Krunic a 6 out of 10 today. I don't think he's been too bad, to be honest. Not in my opinion, at least. Jeez, we look terrible right now. We don't look good, that's for sure. This team has lost the plot, always the same problems every season. Tell me the problems. Put them in the comments. I want to know what for you are the problems. Are you talking about the coach? Talking about the injury issues? What specific problems? Let's hear what you guys have to say about that. Calabria showing why he has the armband. Yeah, he is. Although I don't know if he should. I mean, usually my guy is Teo, who I think should have the captain's armband, but he's been totally off color this season too. So right now, I don't know. I don't know who to give the armband to. Slowly building from the back. Can't wait for Benacer to be back. That creative outlet in the midfield, Milan is desperately missing. Desperately missing. And I think Benacer will plug in that. Oh my goodness, Malik, careful. Careful, buddy. Got away with it there. 40 minutes in, 0-0. Musa driving the ball up. Bad pass out. Shouldn't have made that pass to Rangers at all. There's so many other options there. Yunus. Florenzi. Lovely work from Musa. Good tackle there. Wins the ball back. Davide Calabria. Don't move linear. Move forward. Florenzi. It's like we're playing a video game. Gotta be fair to these guys. Leao is pretty much triple team right now. That has to be a foul. You partying too much? Why no sleep? Yeah, man, just too much sports right now, to be quite honest with you. I was working till 11 last night. Couldn't sleep after that. 1 a.m. I'm up. The Cricket World Cup is on. I started watching that. And it was a crazy game, too. Insane game. Kept me up till 7 a.m. And now I got to go for a party after this. Parties, stretch, a birthday. Krunic on the right flank. Musa, more central. Giroud. That was a decent layoff there from Giroud, but I don't know, man. Sometimes these layoffs from Giroud are a little bit annoying because most of the times they don't actually come out. Nothing comes out of them. Those Giroud layoffs have like someone has to do the research, probably have like a 30 to 40% conversion. Most of the times it's just going to go as a lost possession. Can be annoying. Krunic on the break. Milan. Reinders. Tiani Reinders. Couldn't freaking pass the ball out. Krunic wins the ball back. Go work from Rade. Florenzi on the left. Malik. Davide. Much more central. Musa, run up. Run up. Give some options. Just don't freaking stand around. Malik. Figaio. Florenzi. Rafa. I mean, I would get annoyed with Rafa for constantly crossing the ball into the box, but it's come off a couple times now, and I guess it's something that Milan's going with. Well, I don't think Florenzi's bad, though. I think Florenzi's pretty good. How is Calabria done? He was the best player versus Napoli and arguably PSG. Against Napoli, for whatever reason, he always is one of the best players. Against PSG, yeah, against PSG he was good too. Yeah, true. I agree with that. He was good against those two games. In those two games, I'm not usually optimistic, but Ruben, Musa, and Adli is a hell of a midfield. I feel can take on the PSG of the world. Are we gonna have Ruben Loftus-Cheek back for PSG though? Let's see. At the San Siro, a lot can happen for Milan. They're much better team at home. Jovic is useless. I have to agree. Oh, we got Jetty in here. Sir, let's make some moves. Don't sign a goalkeeper no one has heard of in January. Spend some money. We need reinforcements desperately. I mean, I have to say that there's a degree of, how do you say it? There's an optimism amongst Milan's management, right? They want, oh my goodness, that was a tricky ball. When they gave, I think they gave some type of a commemorative plaque to Stefano Pioli for what, 200, not 200 wins. Was it for 200 matches as a Milan coach? Right? Yeah, he couldn't have won 200 matches. Maybe he has. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's been the coach since 20. Oh, that's a dangerous ball. That's like, clearly this is a plan for Milan. Is get Leao on the ball. He's not driving the ball as much anymore. He's constantly crossing it in. So I guess it's a new attacking outlet that Milan is trying to create instead of just, Leao and Inshallah. All right, there we go. It's pretty much halftime now. Yep. All right, there we go. It's halftime. Let's run through some of your comments. I have a lot of comments to catch up on here. I agree. Results need to come. The players are there. Without a question, the players are there. But, I mean, some of the players are actually not there anymore either. So, who knows anymore? Come on, Jovic, that touch isn't good enough. Few touches here and there. Jovic is useless. Refund him, please. I mean, he hasn't been good, that's for sure. This is the whole game right now. Nothing good coming in the second half if it stays this way. All right, well, this is... I don't even know what to say. I'll be quite honest with you guys. I mean, was there any point of time in the match when he felt like Milan could win? At any point, have they looked dominating? Ruben Loftus-Cheek does look like he's back, though. Happy to see him on the sideline. At any point, have they looked like they're going to score a bunch of goals? It's just a team that is a complete shadow of itself from the first few matches. And you have to give, you have to take into account the injury issues they're having, clearly that is having an impact on their confidence. But beyond a certain point, I mean, you're spending $110 million as a management. You brought in some reinforcements. You didn't bring in a lot of reinforcements. And now you find yourself in this situation. I don't even know what to say about that first half, quite honestly. I have to call it a boring first half. Very boring. I almost feel like I gotta use, something like Twitter as a crutch right now. Just because of, what we've been watching. I mean, I'll go through your comments here. Okafor was injured the past few games. Maybe he hasn't got 90 minutes in him yet, which is possible. That was my concern too. But at some point in time, I mean, Jovic is just not useful. Just not useful. Pioli needs to be questioned on his decision and tactics. Pioli won't be questioned on his decision and tactics. He should be questioned on his decisions and tactics both. But he has the wild card to play, which is injuries, right? The guy just, he has a whiteboard with all the names written down there, and he just, anytime management would come to his room and say, hey, what's going on? He'll just point at that and say, you want me to work without these guys, all right? Half of these guys you just gave me, right? Pulisic is out. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is out. Samuel Chukwueze is out. Who's even playing? Okafor is playing. Okafor is not playing. Jovic is playing. Musa is playing. Rangers is playing. So really, he's going to point at that board and say, I'm missing Theo Hernandez. You're missing probably 40 to 50% of your starting lineup. And you're coming off the back of multiple matches. At a certain point, Pioli's just going to point at that whiteboard and say, I'm missing all these players. Obviously, he's not going to say to them, but in a way, it's essentially saying, do you guys think you did your job in the summer mercato? Did you give me everything that I would have needed to use? Did you give me a center back when Malik Tau gets a red card? Did you bring me a central defensive midfielder when I have to play Krunic as a backup? Did you give me a left back option for Theo Hernandez so I don't, squeeze every last bit of juice out of that guy to the point that today he's injured now? Not really. You invested so much money into the midfield, but now we're depending on a signing we made 2 years ago in Yassin Adli to come and pay some, bear some fruit. So Pioli cannot be questioned in a lot of ways because he has the option to be able to look at the management and say, I don't have everything that I need to be able to get the right result. And I got to say it to Pioli, when the team has been fit and we've gotten some results that we don't like the match against Inter, like the match against Newcastle, Borussia Dortmund, Milan had pretty fit players. You can absolutely question his tactics there. But if he is to be questioned right now, I kind of get it. If he says, I don't have bodies, guys, I'm calling players from our youth sector to be able to fill in the bench. So no, I don't think he gets questioned. And the reason why I don't think he gets questioned is because he has the option to be able to get away with it. And I know it's frustrating, but honestly, it is at this point in time what it is. Let me go through some words of wisdom from you guys. We've been questioning him for 4 seasons now. We know he isn't the answer. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be, he's not the answer for the next step for Milan. It's just, it is what it is. UCL is not done, LOL. Win the next game versus PSG and you're in good shape. But do you hear, James? Win the next game against PSG is a massive statement. We can't just win the next game against PSG. A lot of things have to fall into place. Are you beating PSG when you're missing 40% of your starters? I'm not quite sure, seeing what PSG did to Milan recently and seeing the confidence level that the team has and seeing the adaptability level of the coach. Sure, I agree with you. Win against PSG and you're back in the running in the group stage. But man, can they beat PSG or not? I have massive question marks about that. Versus Dortmund and Newcastle, who ain't nothing special. I don't know. They beat PSG in their own home. They're more special than us at this point in time. Should bring Luca Romero. Jovic looks terrible. I think I'd bring on Okafor before that for sure. Ooh, WTF happened to Theo? Got injured. Don't know when. Not enough information. Maybe in the warm-ups. Maybe yesterday. They just revealed that information today. Matt, I don't know what it's worth, but if we bought success from Udinese team and did well, it would be funny. Yeah, I mean, success being scoring goals anywhere is a success, right? So that will always stay with him no matter what. UCL has a new format from next year. Coefficient wouldn't matter as much. I think they will. I think the coefficient is the basis on which the pots will be decided. I think pot 1, 2, and 3, and 4, I think they're going to have four groups essentially. And I think those 4 groups are going to be dictated by the team's coefficient ranking. So from what I understand, it will absolutely matter. What chat is he looking at? It's clear, not the YouTube one. I don't know what you're referring to, man, but I'm looking at the YouTube one. They're saving Adli for UCL. Duh. Were we doing the same thing against Napoli too? Saving Adli for the match against Udinese? And what did we do when we played PSG? Did we play Adli? No, we played Krunic there too. So I don't know what we're doing. I don't know why we have 3 players for the right back and only 1. And if I'm a little extra testy today, I'll just let you guys know I am running on 2 hours of sleep. It's been a long night for me. I was watching New Zealand play Pakistan in the World Cup in cricket, and it was a ridiculous match. So I basically stayed up from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. like an idiot in my bed, just staring at my phone, reminding myself so many times there's a live to go for, there's a birthday party at night. Get off your phone, but the match was so insane I couldn't put it down. But anyways, here we are. So just bear with me. A little bit extra testy, I can tell today I am. A little less smiley. I don't know why we have 3 players for the right back and only 1 for the left back. Thank you. Carlo. Brozovic, of all people. It's people with the name Brozovic that are being smart here. Right? That's what I've been crying about that for so long. I mean, the obvious understanding is that Florenzi is, he's versatile. He can play on the left flank as well. But you're right. I mean, he's not technically, he's playing as a right-footed left winger. And Milan has been, I've been crying about it for since the preseason. What do I even say? Without Pulisic, this is so bad. Hey, I'll be honest. Pulisic was there in the last few matches. It wasn't too much better. Oh my God, there's so many comments, guys. I'm so sorry. Maybe I shouldn't read through every single one of them. I should pick some. There's a lot to get through here. I feel like we're in bad attack, but since you guys are here, let me just make a request. I'm so slow today. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit the like button. It always helps the channel. You know the usual spiel. Let me just save you that. Just go into your window and click the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe as well. But here we go. I feel like we're in bad attack. Every time Jovic plays, complete miss of a transfer. Yeah, and he wasn't even, obviously we know he wasn't the first choice. Bro is popular. Which bro? Some Forza Milan's here. Very nice. Krunic red card. I'm calling it. I think Milan will take him off in the second half. I think they will bring on Yacine Adli. Just my take. Same terrible slumps we have every season. Adrian, all right. You're replying back to that. The same old Milan. Yep. I'm not debating that. Also, don't forget the Champions League. Don't forget the injury issues too. So we either tie or lose this game. I'm sick of Pioli, guys. If we lose this game, I think it's disaster for Pioli. I think there could be some serious question marks moving forward because I shouldn't say that. I think it's going to be very tough to beat PSG. So if 2 bad results would make it 5 bad results in a row, that'll test any coach's season. 5 bad results in a row will test any coach's season, especially on the back of the transfers made and the position that Milan has held after the first 10 matches. The expectation is that the next 9 matches, they have fixtures against the easier sides in the league, and they should not be where they are. So questions to be asked. Rangers is tired. I think Rangers has been tired for a while, to be honest. I've been hearing this a lot, and I can't disagree with that. He's the only guy who's been fit in our midfield. Everybody else has gotten injured. Musa wasn't playing initially, so he got his rest. Ruben Loftus-Cheek got injured, so he's out. Krunic has been injured. He's out. Yassin Adli wasn't playing since the beginning, so he's had more rest. Rangers is literally the only player that from game 1 till game 11 we've probably seen play all the time. It's the guy that I'll probably make the most excuses for. I won't make excuses for him when he has ridiculous missed chances right in front of goal from 3 feet away when he missed. I can't remember against whom, but he did. But is he the one whose engine is being used the most and we're putting the most mileage on? Absolutely. Guys, I all the way from topics. I'm watching my team every week now. Frustrating. Guess we're turning into Chelsea FC. No, we're not. We're third in league. We're not outside of Champions League. Looks like Okafor is going to be coming in the second half. He doesn't even have a bib on. He doesn't have a sweater on. And looks like Adley's going to be coming in too. He's also doesn't have a bib on. He just has his jersey on. So there's a good chance those two guys are coming in. If we lose Pioli out, I'll be honest, if we win, to me, Pioli's time is done anyways. The only thing that'll make me believe in Pioli is if in the next 3 matches in the Champions League, Milan picks up 3 wins or something, which is a very tough thing to pull off. But if he can pull that off, that'll tell me that he tactically adjusted. He adapted in-game, managed his players properly, got the right substitutions, because to win 3 games on the trot in the Champions League against sides like Borussia Dortmund, PSG, and Newcastle United away from home, that takes good quality coaching. If he does that, I'm back on Pioli train. I'm not a guy who likes to hold a position and just like die on that hill. I like to adjust my thoughts based on, new information coming in. And if the new information is that we win 3 matches against Champions League sides, I'm on Pioli. But for now, I don't think it's going to happen. And I'm off Stefano Pioli's. He's just not on fire anymore. Tiani was, in the first half, that squandered attack in the end. Leao is dribbling against 3 people. Okafor is coming on now. Boris, I can't really disagree with anything there. I don't think he was, Kaka in the first half, but yeah, he did squander an opportunity like he has done a few times. And Leao, they did to do a little bit different this time. They didn't, play Rafael Leao as a, Yassin Adli's coming on too, Okafor's coming on too. So 2 important changes that we've been crying about. Stefano Pioli makes at halftime, so I'm going to give it to him. Those are good changes made. Where's Rangers from the first few games? Tired, man. It's a real person with real legs and a real heart and lungs. He's tired. He's playing a lot. Is Pulisic more important than Leao at this point? No, definitely not. Leao is still Milan's best player. No question about that. Pulisic has become a very important player for Milan. No doubt about that either. But no, he doesn't supersede Leao for me. He does in thumbnails, though. I'll use him more in thumbnails for sure. Yeah, Musa is holding on to the ball too long. He shouldn't ever play as a winger. Yeah, it's all forced changes, right, for Milan with all the injuries that have come about. Let's try and run through these comments. Thank you very much for all this chatter here. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure to like this video before the second half kicks off, and make sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Do all that good stuff. Lorenzi's doing pretty well. I think I'm going to have to agree with that. But he doesn't get a chance to play often, as he shouldn't. He should be a backup player, right? Injuries are no excuse for Pioli. He picks his coaching staff, and we've had these injuries since he's been here. I guess I'll concede that. It is still an excuse why, he doesn't have the bodies, but, you're not wrong. If he's the one who chooses that. I don't know if he's the one who chooses his medical staff, if that's a team management decision, or if it's Pioli's, then that's on him. Okafor should definitely better as a second half. Yeah, Okafor's coming on right now. I can already see him there, stripped and ready to go. And I think he'll definitely add a little bit more. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if Milan's going to take Jovic off or if they're going to take Leao off, because I have a feeling they might just take Leao off and put Okafor on, because I think they do want to give him some rest before the PSG match. Ciao Kush. Ciao Leo. Hi, how Maurizio. If Leao keeps playing this bad, we might want to try... Sorry, let me bring that comment back in. We might want to try Pulisic on the left wing with Chukwueze on the right at this point. Well, let's just have them fit first. Because I genuinely think if Pulisic is fit and Chukwueze is fit and Milan's midfield is back with Benacer and we have Teo Hernandez who's playing better and fit, I think it'll automatically elevate Leao's game anyways. I think it's when there's so much dependence on Leao that things get a little bit difficult, because there's a blame on Leao for that in not evolving his game enough, but it's also a criticism on the coach for not tactically providing enough options. I mean, Leao is what, 23, 24, maybe younger? I don't know. I can't remember his age, but he's basically less than 25. It's Pioli's job to tactically make his team in a certain way where there's more attacking outlets than just passing it to Leao on the left flank and drive the ball in and, keep running until the goalkeeper's almost there and then try to, make a back pass. So I do think, Marcus, this could happen though. I think at some point Pulisic will probably be the left winger and Chukwueze will play on the right wing, but probably in some of the, matches where they want to give Leao a rest. And if they shine really, really well in those games, who knows? Anything is possible. I don't understand why 4-4-2. Injury issues, basically. I might try Pulisic at 10. In order to try Pulisic at 10, Milan has to have potentially a double pivot midfield, and they just don't have the right profiles for that. You need a Kessie for that. Milan doesn't have that. So I think we're still going to keep it that way. I guess that answers why do we change 4-2-3-1? Because 4-2-3-1 requires the trequartista is a bit of a dying breed in today's game, and that's where Pulisic can play for sure. But I don't know. I think 4-3-3 is most suited for Milan. To be fair, we need Benacer in the middle. Pulisic would have to play right wing. RLC is needed. I think he'll be back for the next game. I think he's feeling much better now. Nervous with the PSG game. Yeah. Benacer is still a while away. Probably January at a minimum. No. I don't believe in this strategy, my friend. All right, here we go. Looks like we're kicking off. Sorry for Oz. I heard you, my friend. Let's relax a little. Leao's dip in form needs to be addressed. Milan played its best football when Leao was balling. Keep in mind, Leao was balling when the entire team was balling too, though, right? There's so many goals coming from so many places, from Giroud, from Pulisic, assists coming from Reinders. It was just a much better team when the season kicked off. And the crazy part is we're still third place. Even if the results holds today, we're still going to be third place. So it's not like we're dropping out of Champions League contention, but the expectation as a Milan fan is now different from the team. I think Okafor is needed to make some space for Udinese's defense. Well, Okafor is here. Now let's hope so. Please, we need a new coach. Yeah, those comments I can tell are going to stay here. No more sleep. Sports over sleep, you're right. It's a different day today. I've been on a very, very good schedule too, to be honest. We're at 46 minutes in. I've been on a sublime schedule recently, and it totally gets impacted when you're watching, unnecessary sports at night. I should tell you guys my routine right now. It's been really good. For 4 days, though. But it's been fun. Waking up early, having lemon water. I'm not having tea anymore, although right now is my first tea in 4 days. Lemon water, then I'm having juice, clean juice. Oh, that might be a goal for Udinese. Jesus. Kabasele. Almost had that one. That's a good corner kick. Oh my God, totally left unmarked by Musa. And then a second player left completely unmarked by Fikayo Tomori. Just horrible defending from Milan in the box from that corner kick. Great chance for Udinese. What happened? Why did my game stop? Oh, Tiani Reinders. Reinders! Oh my goodness. Bro. That has to be a goal, Reinders. Oh, come on, man. You gotta freaking score goals. There's such an obvious lack of confidence in him. You can just tell from that attempted chip. Rafael Leao on the left flank. Leao. But yeah, having a clean juice, celery, carrots, cucumber with ginger and some lemon, juiced, not smoothie, juiced. Then I have a yogurt mix, really solid, freaking protein-packed yogurt mix, 30 grams of protein from cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, peanut butter, flax seeds, all that stuff. Then I go to the gym, and then I have my lunch, usually a chicken shawarma or something. And then I have my dinner, which I cook myself now. I've been eating out a lot. Sleep around 9:30. Wake up and do it again. But last night, I fell off. So let's hope tonight is a little better. Krunic is literally limping. We need to switch Adli. Yeah, Adli's already here. Fakhar Zaman destroys Kiwi bowlers. Yes, sir, Faraz. Enjoy that, my friend. I don't know if you guys are going to make the semifinals of the World Cup, but Pakistan played really well today. As an Indian, I don't want to say it, but your players forced me to say it. Why is it that between October and November, Milan loses many players to injury? Every season. When it happens once or twice, you look at it a certain way. I think it's happened every season. Something's not right. I vote for Kush to be the next manager. Manager of where? Best Buy? Pioli needs to change formation. How do you mean? Oh, that was a dangerous ball in. Looks like Udinese is going to be on the counter. Success. Easiest guys and easiest name to pronounce. On the right flank, Udinese. A little static themselves too. Shot from outside the box. Adli with the block. Oh, come on. That's not a foul. He just fell over. Yunus Musa driving the ball up. Look at that pace on Musa. I like it. Excellent. Drives the ball from Milan's box almost to the corner flag and then loses possession. Come on, man. Use a teammate. And to be fair to him, no teammates were there anyways. Do you still do membership? Channel membership? Yes, they're still on. The link is in the description of this video, and you can just check it out. And I appreciate all the people who've become members of the channel. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm trying to learn how to create content in a different way. I tested it out yesterday. It looks very good. But I think I'm going to have to go a little bit more into shorts, YouTube shorts, than too much long form content. Long form content takes me a long time to make. And I feel like right now for the channel to keep growing, it needs a little bit of an injection of like quick stuff. More than, the ones that take me a few days to research and put together and the graphics and all that stuff. So right now I'm trying to focus a little bit more on shorts. So you guys are probably seeing less content on the channel. Just be patient. I personally have a lot of things planned out. But, it's not always easy to do it when you have a whole other business to take care of outside of, making football content. Kush needs some Kush to turn his frown upside down. I don't know, man. I'm not a big, not big into it. Never been. Although during university, everybody thought that that's what I was, I had available all the time. My university days and parties were spent with multiple people asking me, how much, Kush? Why is Krunic playing? I know Pioli obviously loves him, but he's playing horrible. I mean, it's Adley's on now, so I'll avoid that question for now. This man can only take us so far. He must go. Ancelotti to come back. I don't know, man. Ancelotti right now looks like he's going from Real Madrid to Brazil. Adley, nice work. Couldn't win the ball back, though. Oh, that's dangerous. Is that going to be a goal? No, good clearance from Florenzi. Actually, very good clearance from Florenzi. Whereas Theo Sarfaraz, Theo is injured. Let's hope to have him back next match against PSG. Rangers is atrocious, killing all central build-up and leaving us with flanks only. He's got to finish his chances. That's my biggest concern with him. He is a Mezzala. He's supposed to be roaming around a little bit more freely. You know, you can't expect him to be holding a certain type of a line. But man, when you get a chance like that, at the beginning of the second half, you have to take it. If you like anything you enjoy, hit the like button. Exactly, I agree. And if you don't like it, hit the subscribe button. Who can and will become coach of Milan if Pioli sacked? This is the $1 million question, Enos. Udinese with the corner kick. Oh, short kick. That's a really good pinged ball for Pereira. They just didn't control that ball that well. Adley. Nice. That falls out to Rafael Leao really well, actually. Can he clear it out? Can he pass the ball out? No, Leao starts running with it. And he keeps running with it. And he gets fouled. That has to be a yellow. If you're going to give Krunic a yellow there, thank you. There we go. That's a yellow. You were too positive after sacking of Paulo. We are seeing the effect of this horrific decision made by Redbird and company. I don't think I was positive, to be honest. I think I was understanding. It is a little bit different. I think I understood why he was fired. Does that mean that he should have been fired? I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that. If the owner doesn't like an employee, the owner's going to get rid of the employee. It's just how business works. And it is a business. I mean, I don't want to keep repeating it because people get annoyed by it, but it is. And, you know, if an employee is not appreciated by an employer, the employer has every right to get, you know, to remove them. It's tough, but it's also life. Milan with a free kick. That's a good free kick, but couldn't connect with a Milan player at all. They have to take their chances here. But yeah, no, I was understanding why Paolo Maldini was fired. I was optimistic about what Redbird has in plan for Milan in the long term. And I still am, because I think they might be the first ownership group that Milan has had in a long time, and a management group in a long time that might actually pull off the stadium plan. And if they can get the stadium built, oh, come on, that's a foul. He also gets a yellow. 2 yellow cards inside, 3 minutes for fouls on Rafael Leao. Once on the left flank, then on the right flank. Good, Rafa, get involved. Good. If that stadium is built by Redbird and they're able to break through the bureaucracy of Italy, which I'm very familiar because I'm Indian, I know how, you know, the red tape messes with you. India's a lot better now, though. But that's an accomplishment in itself for them to build this stadium. And it looked like they did give a proposal today, a 950 million euro priced stadium. I think Redbird has good plans for Milan for the future. So I still think it's a good thing. Not the Maldini firing, but I still think it's a good thing that they're the owners. The fact that Milan needs someone like Zlatan to come back shows they're a crucial. Yes, very good point, Zaxter 211. Absolutely. Isn't that the coach's job? You're a 4-year coach. You've won a Scudetto. You're, you know, clearly experienced. Lost your hair, got a nice white beard. So you can do the job. You know, the fact that I mean, I can understand why they want Ibrahimovic just bring something different to this team. We know that. And you have to hire all the best people. And if Ibrahimovic is one of those, bring him in. But it doesn't reflect very well on the coach. And this is another problem with Milan. We're taking a free kick, but Florenzi has to stand on top of that. We don't have a specialist free kick taker. Florenzi has to take it. Florenzi's barely even playing. So today's a little frustrating. I missed the first half. How's Leao been? 5 out of 10 first half. 5.5 out of 10 this half. What was the bid for Leao? Whose bid? I don't think there's been a bid for Leao yet. Some reports about 150 million or something like that. I think if there's any bid for Leao over 120 million, Milan will 100% consider it, as they should. You don't walk away from 120 million. You can sign 3 or 4 super quality players for that money. But then you lose a potential superstar. But for how long is that potential tag going to stay with him? Look at Marcus Rashford, right? How many times people say potential with him? Paul Pogba, potential. We had injuries since 2015 at least. That's actually more. That's exactly what I was about to say in that comment, is that we've had injury issues well before Pioli too. I don't know who the training staff back then was. And maybe you also reflect a lot more on your own club's injuries. Florenzi with the free kick. Decent free kick in. Oh my goodness. Malik Tau could have done better with that. Is that corner kick? Looks like it is a corner kick. Hi, I'm from Germany. Best wishes. I appreciated Coulter. Didn't think he will take out Krunic, but I like it. Yes. You can play 4-2-3-1 without a classic 10. Ismail, well, you're right, but we also don't have Ismail. Florenzi. Oh, that was an interesting ball from Florenzi. Connected with Yacine Adli, but he couldn't backheel it into the path of other players. We're approaching the 60-minute mark. Sits 0-0. I don't really see any substitutions coming right now. But I am happy with the fact that Pioli took off Jovic instead of Leao. You know what the craziest part is? This is the crazy thing. How much time has passed now? 13 minutes in this half. And I feel like I didn't even realize that Jovic isn't playing. That's basically his input in the first half. Is that I didn't even realize in the second half that the guy's not even on the field. But that's what it is with Jovic there. Formations aren't nearly as important as they are in video games. You're right. Players are fluid. They move around differently. You can go in with a 4-3-3, turn into 4-2-3-1 like we used to. We used to turn a 4-2-3-1 into 4-3-3 all the time. With Krunic, with Benazir, Kessie, and Tonali in the Scudetto winning season. So, yes. Formations are less important. Tactics are more important. Is that a penalty? Oh, he gives a penalty. That's exactly what Milan needs. Concede penalties. That looked like he got the ball from my angle, but I don't know. He is checking it. Let's see. Oh, he got the ball. He got the ball. Oh, he didn't get the ball. Nope. Yacine Adli. No, I don't think he got the ball. I think he actually just got the player. We're going to need to see some slow-mos on this, but that looks like a penalty for Udinese. Milanisti, this is the world we live in now. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, we need to see a top angle. I think that might be a foul. Oh, man. Rangers is cursed. Rangers can't score, that's for sure. I want to see Loftus-Cheek. He's more hungry mentally. Yeah, I mean, Milan is missing Loftus-Cheek. There we go. I think penalty's confirmed. There we go. So it is a penalty. Let's see what happens. Mike stepping up. I mean, Pereira is a veteran. Mike's not moving back still. He's cutting all his angles visually. He's going to now move back with his hands up. Mike. I think he'll miss. I think he'll miss. I don't think he'll take it. I think he'll miss it. Pereira. Oh, scores easy. Scores easy. And what is already bad for Milan is now going worse. A lot of people before this season, before this match, a lot of people had question marks about Stefano Pioli. A lot of people, including former coaches, legendary coaches, who've questioned this coach. A few journalists came out and said these two matches, the match against Udinese and the match against PSG, might dictate the future of Stefano Pioli at AC Milan. 63 minutes in, AC Milan at home are down 1-0. And who made that foul? The one guy we've all been wanting to see on the field in Yacine Adli. Do I think Milan's going to score 2 goals? I'll be stunned if Milan equalizes. Let's just say that. So, let's see how long this torture is going to last and if it's going to turn into something positive. But one thing turned into something positive, and I want to appreciate Miss Mash. You're finally a member of the channel, and I appreciate your membership. If you guys are interested in becoming members, make sure to do so. Link is in the description. The plan is to create more member-focused content, but I do put more member-focused posts than actual, videos. And obviously there's priority access in terms of comments and stuff. But I do want to make it a little bit better. Definitely working on making it a little bit better. Malik Chow. Is that going to be a second goal? Musa comes in with the clearance. I don't think Milan's going to score 2 goals, guys. Miss Mash, once again, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know if I clicked on that, but yes, once again. The channel used to be called Milan Corner, so I called the members Futbolisti Corner. But we'll do a little bit of rebranding and add some more emojis there too. Looks like Udinese on another corner kick. Milan needs a miracle. No, Okafor. Clear the ball. Okafor, you should have cleared the ball a lot earlier to Rafa, man. But again, you're not a video game. I get it. It's not easy to make those picks. If we lose to PSG next week, do you think we will be down in the UCL this season? Oh, I think we're done. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be playing. I don't think we're going to be qualifying. No way. A loss to PSG, I think, is game over for Milan. Even mathematically, I think that'll be a game over. 6 points, that'll give them 8. Okay, maybe they'll still be in it, but no, I don't know if Milan... Obviously, I'm being a little pessimistic because of what's going on the screen, too. I don't know if Milan will win the next 2 games. Forget about the next 3 in the Champions League. I'll be surprised if they can even beat Newcastle away from home. That'll be a very refreshing result for me if Milan can beat them away from home. As far as I know, Pioli is an intimate friend with the medical staff and have been together since Fiorentina, and these muscular problems are a common thing with his teams. Maybe he overworks his players. Maybe he doesn't have enough players. Those are the questions I genuinely can't answer. Formations turn and switch shapes is the role that matters. The tactics, exactly. The tactics is the on-field tactics, the tactical changes, adjusting and adapting to what the opposition is doing. Those are the things that a coach has to do, not just draw out 11 players on a piece of paper and say, this is my formation. There's so much more than just that. That's just where you're going to be standing on, in the pictures and in the pre-match videos. There's not much more to that. Fikayo Tomori with actually a pretty decent touch there. Tomori. Yacine Adli gets the ball out. Rafa Leao on the left. Is he going to cross it in? Is he going to drive it in? He doesn't cross it. Rafa Leao gets in the box. Cross it in. That's a good cross in, but that goes out for a corner kick. That's what Milan needs. Rangers can't shoot. I have a better aim standing at the All right, looks like another change. Okay, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is back. Good. If there's anything that is good that happens from today's match, I guess it's this. Ruben is back. Hopefully he's in the same form. Rightfully so, they're taking Rangers off. Dude has too many miles on him. Give him some rest. But we need Ruben to do something right away. Florenzi. Rangers really frustrates me. He's done this like 5-8. Oh, I know. I've put him in there. Put him in the red boxes. Called him out. Oh, nice touch from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. First touch into the match. So convincing. Chested it to Rafael Leao. But that chest was just so... It was poignant. Fikayo's not happy with the ref there. Success is laughing at Damori. That's what you can do when you're up 1-0. So many bad decisions from Rangers because he keeps pushing for a goal instead of playing his teammates. Well, it looks like Udinese might just sit back now. I mean, they can. They can just hit Milan on the counter every time. And you know how Milan is. They overcommit bodies all the time up front. The 4 groups in UCL will be made up of 2 Pot 1 teams, 3 teams from Pot 2 and 3, and 2 teams from Pot 4. So Pot 2 versus Pot 3 doesn't make any difference. Okay. Oh, that's a corner kick now. Malik Taha had to put that out of Roberto Pereira's feet. And a corner kick for Udinese. Well, let's hope so. Yeah, but Matt, I know. I know. Old heart Rossonero always comes back and reminds us to believe. But these... Oh my God, what a save from Mike Maignan. Fantastic corner kick taken, but a lovely, phenomenal save from Mike. That keeps you in. That's almost like a goal for Milan. 2-0 down at this point. Not a remote chance these guys are scoring 3 goals, but that Mike save was phenomenal. Excellent shot stopper that guy is. You know, we are losing. When you say hashtag we're losing, UCL is finished. I don't know. I feel like it is. I mean, we are losing. It's 1-0 down. Oh, false Leao almost. I mean, we can win today. And UCL is also not finished. So, okay. Maybe I have a point. You know, that's the point. It's because it's over. We can't beat anyone in the group. Can't score. Leao goes missing in every big game. The fans have seen this pattern, right? You say that it's, you know, it's negative, but it's, you know, another negative stat is that AC Milan haven't scored in 5 straight Champions League matches, which has never happened in the 100+ year history of the club. So if you're not negative then when? I think it is the frustration. I empathize with that frustration. I mean, I think this team can fight for the Scudetto. I think top 4 is a certainty for this team, has the quality. I think Champions League, not much is going to come out of it. It's just my take. I think the coach isn't good enough. But I think the frustration is that we've seen Leao disappear in all big matches in the Champions League, except for the series against Napoli. Except for the series against Napoli in the knockouts. Leao has been very, very average. Do you normally do watch-alongs? This is the first time I've seen you doing one. I don't do... I was doing a lot more last season. I feel like it's better to give you guys an actual quality video, proper edits and everything, than doing lives. This season, I'm saving the lives for the days that I absolutely cannot make a video. And today I can't. Right when I'm done with this, I have to go to, you know, a cousin's birthday party. And for that reason, I had to do a live. I could have just said no video today, but I was like, let's go live. Let's chat with people. And this is why I did it, because you guys flood the chats with all these comments, makes me think in different manners. It works in all ways, but the next live is probably not going to be for a while. I do plan on making videos from the pub though, from Milan. Oh my God, here we go. Here's a 2-on-2. Udinese on the ball. Nice work from Malik Tau. Good work. Gets him off the ball. Go work, Malik. But there's still only 18 minutes left. So yeah, let's hope to make some videos from the pub for sure. Olivier. Even Giroud, I wasn't quite sure was playing. I said Jovic disappears. Giroud hasn't been much more visible. Hold on. Who said what here? Mats, you're right, but it is very frustrating when we lose every single important game. That's it. I miss Kessie so much. Hey, Kessie doesn't miss competitive football, though. Guy was checked out. He was already checked out at Milan. I said that a few times during that season. But then he won us a Scudetto, so I'm not going to complain. But dude had checked out. Oh, nice touch. Nice steal away from Davide Calabria. That falls onto Rafael Leao. Leao outside the box. Drive the ball in. Leao. Handball? No. Florenzi. Cannot keep the ball in. I don't know, man. I feel like Leao should have done something a little bit different there. He always drives the ball. Always drives the ball. The one moment where you feel like he should have probably driven the ball, he decides to take a shot from outside the box. That's not a penalty, man. That's an excellent defense. That's not a penalty. I don't know, like those those shots from Leao from, the edge of the box with these, that's offside. Has to be offside. These shots from Leao from outside the box, the edge of the box, always going over the crossbar. Just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Redbird fired the coach, the Toulouse coach. Based on the results, vis-a-vis the algorithm, that's probably how Pioli will be evaluated as well. Hey, if Pioli keeps losing, he's going to be evaluated much quicker and with much more of a simple mathematical system, which is how many matches have you lost in the last 10 or not gotten the right result in the last 10. How's that a pen? This is a pen, my friend. It's one of my favorite pens. Gary Neville, when he came on Sky Sports, he said in his first ever time that he was on TV, former Manchester United guy, former England player, he said that he always used to hold a pen because it used to direct his anxiety into the pen, just like holding something. It made him much more comfortable to talk. And when I tried it the first time, it actually really helped. So since then, you guys must notice in the videos, I hold this pen. And this is my favorite pen from India. So I just tend to hold it. But it is a pen. It's a good pen too. Right here. We call it a pilot pen. Oh, I understand what you're saying. I went on a whole freaking rant about this pen, and you're talking about the penalty. You're talking about the penalty. See, I'm so behind in the chat. You're talking about the penalty that was scored like 15 minutes ago. Jesus. Sorry, I mean, you got a little info on my pen, I guess. But yeah, more like pain, I guess. All right, let me catch up on these comments. Jesus. Let me just start with this comment. Davide Calabria, outside the box. Wasn't a bad ball from Calabria, to be honest. Calabria's actually looked kind of good. I'll be on. Oh, Yassin Adli, lovely turn. Do the simple thing, Yassin. There's 3 guys in front of you. Why do you got to do the trickery? Losing to Udinese at home is disastrous. Losing to Udinese at home is disastrous. I'll second this, Adrian. I don't think they're scoring either. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just translating what I see on screen that is hitting my eyes and my brain and making me think we're not scoring a goal today. It's going to stay 1-0. Very, very likely. This team doesn't look like they're going to score a goal. It's not negative or positive. It's seeing reality the way it is. Leao clears that out. Rafa on the ball. Edge of the box. Passes it right to an Udinese player. Great ball, Rafa. Davide. Nice interception. Playing central. Yassin Adli. Quicker decision, please. Yunus Musa. Yassin. Musa back. No options. Nobody's moving around. They're just waiting for a launched ball into the box. And when the ball gets launched, the first Udinese defender clears it. Malik Tau gets the ball back. Rafa on the left flank. Do something, please. Rafa, nice drive of the ball. Ruben! Oh my God, Ruben Loftus-Cheek was totally open, Rafa. It was a good ball, though. Great driving the ball into the box, but Ruben was so free there. I mean, why would you throw it into the crowd when a player of yours is totally unmarked? That was just going to go to the goalkeeper anyways if he didn't touch that. It's a corner kick, though. In the Napoli game, I was happy because I forgot how it feels to score in important goals. Rafa on the left flank again. Florenzi, he's got a good foot. He can cross the ball in pretty well. Punched out. Oh my God. Florenzi with a horrible shot. We went down 1-0 versus Verona, and we won. When? Like the last game of the season? I mean, we're a different team back then too. Matt, when did that happen? This season? I honestly can't remember. My memory is questionable right now. That's the thing. I think the way Udinese is playing, they look like they're going to make it very, very hard for Milan to score if Milan even has the confidence to be able to score. Just look at how many people are leaving. Right? Like, it's not about the chat or the, you know, the live stream right now. Just look at the crowd. I can see so many people going out the exit. 10 minutes left, they're like, whatever, let's just head home. Sometimes you just get a feeling if your team's going to score or not. It's just a thing. And sometimes you're wrong, so let's hope we're wrong. Notice when Ibra's gone, we become Musa. Oh, good ball to Davide. Come on, Davide. Foul. And think about it. It's not just us. It's also Calabria, what he said about the team. Or, you know, in some ways people are saying about Pioli. Look at Giroud's criticism of the team. Look at Leao's reaction to Pioli. This is a growing issue, clearly, for the team. Luca Romero comes on for Yunus Musa. This is true. Our only tactic is crossing the ball into the middle and pray that something happens. Or it's give the ball to Leao at the edge of the box and pray that something happens. Right? That's the thing. Malik Tau. Calabria. Romero comes in. Even when the ball is about to fall to a Milan player, Udinese on the counter. Here we go. Ruben. Rafa, good ball out to Romero. Romero goes more into Milan's own half. Rafa. Leao. Nonsense ball from Leao to Giroud. Absolute nonsense cross. The commentator in my ear is saying Milan's running out of ideas. Milan, I actually concede a second goal here. Fikayo Tomori, thank you. The commentator is saying Milan's running out of ideas. I don't think Milan has that an idea since the first minute of the game. They have never threatened. They have never looked convincing. They look totally clueless. They are a team in actual disarray. I mean every word of that. The team is in disarray. It feels wrong supporting the potential sack of the manager who took us to the semis of the Champions League and such a strong start to the season, but these last few games have been so sloppy. Yeah. And the games that they played against the bigger sides, what did they do? Right, what did they do in those games? In the match against Napoli? What do they do in the match against Juventus? Or the match against Inter? Or the match against Newcastle? Dortmund? PSG? What? 0 wins? That's what they did? Looking like USMNT cross merchants. Well, we've got a few of those guys here now anyways. The team looks so done with him also. They do. There's no impetus to Milan. (5-1) loss to Inter. All the bad results this season. You can put them in a list. Even the unnecessary draws that should have been wins. Today might be one of the worst performances. Because they look totally unspirited. That's the concern. And we'll talk about it at the end. Quite honestly, even Pioli, if you see him on the sidelines, that passion of him yelling and screaming, obviously the camera's not on him all the time, so this is a bit assumptive on my part. Can't see it that much. Oh my God, another horrible cross from Leao somehow turns into a corner kick for us. Does it matter? We're not going to do anything from the corner kick anyways. We never score from corners. Florenzi, go ball in. Nothing comes out of it as usual. Let's go. Good work, Fikayo. Defense is the only thing that is actually keeping Milan in these games. Especially the work of Fikayo Tomori. Rafa drives it in. Wins another corner kick. Good work from Leao. Last 5 minutes. Won a couple of important corner kicks. Horrible ball. If this is true, that is insane. If this is true, that is insane. I'm going to have to look this up. I'm looking this up. My goodness, I think it's true. That's just amazing. I mean, thank you, coach. Thank you, team. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 matches. Udinese hasn't won a match this season? Am I reading this right, or am I just totally mistaken here? Oh my goodness, Udinese has 0 wins this season, and we're losing to them. Wow. 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 0 wins this season, and we're losing to them at home. Fire this coach. Fire him after this match. Get rid, move on. Only reason I won't say it'll happen, obviously it's not going to happen. And the main reason it's not going to happen is, who do you even hire? Who does Milan bring on? I hope the fans boo them. I hope they boo them, because I get the feeling they're going to boo them today. They usually are always congratulating them. And, you know, there's one image that is popping in my mind right now. And I think you guys know which one it is. The ultras talking to the players. Please don't do that. But this is bad. Incredible. Udinese haven't won a single match this season. They're winning at the San Siro. Phenomenal work. Leao, what is Leao going to do? What is Leao going to do? Nothing? And just like that, he did nothing. It's just not good enough. Score a goal, Udinese. Maybe they will. Ruben. Good touch. Noah. Luca Romero. Ruben. Rafa. Decent ball in. Oh! What a save! My goodness. Giroud should have scored that. Great ball from Leao. That should have been a goal. You know what? The problem... Oh, that wasn't even off of Giroud. It looked like it's from someone's arm. You know the problem from today's match, if this ball goes in, as much as I want Milan to score, of course. Papers over things. They need to take it on the chin. They've earned a loss, really. And they need to own that loss. They need to look at the coach and say, why is this a loss? Florenzi. Leao. Rafa. Go ball in. Oh my God. Florenzi. 7 minutes. I think Milan might score. Now they're looking like they're alive suddenly. 90 minutes into the game. And obviously Udinese is going to start floundering now too, because they're also looking at their first win of the season, which is just madness. Corner kick for Milan. Florenzi with the corner kick, doesn't even beat the first man. Horrible kick. Davide, 1 minute gone, 6 minutes left. Who's that? Yassin Adli. Yassin Adli, use a teammate, don't give up the ball. Use a teammate. Good work. Florenzi, someone fell down in the box. Ruben, Loftus Cheek, don't take a shot. Fikayo Tomori. Tomori to Romero. Romero on the left flank. Romero. Oh, Ruben, take a shot. Someone, shoot it! Fucking shoot it, man! That's offside. He's offside. He's offside. Call it offside, ref. Why do you have to wait for VAR to come in again? Let's go. Let's move the ball. Calabria should be fuming. That should be, just call it a yellow. Call it a fucking foul. Call it an offside. It's so obvious. Why do you have to play the game? Okafor, twinkle toes, bro. Just shoot the damn ball. Florenzi. Leao. Rafa. Tomori. Malik Tau. Yo, don't talk in my ear about Paris Saint-Germain, please. 4 minutes left. Pioli is not going to have to face the music. Pioli must face the axe. Davide. Florenzi! Oh, what a save from Silvestri. Jesus. Fantastic save. Silvestri has done this before. This is not something new for this guy. He's an excellent goalkeeper. Giroud. What was that from Giroud? Just control it, bro. Why are you taking a first-time shot anyways? Control it. There's no one around you. Take a shot. Three minutes left in this match. 3 minutes left before it's Armageddon. 3 minutes left before Milan fans implode. 3 minutes left before there's the loudest cry probably since Pioli became Milan's coach, outside of that stretch where he lost to Sassuolo and kept conceding goals in February of this year. Might be the loudest cry for his firing. And this time around, it might be the most fair cry for his firing. Because it's not about the Udinese match. But we'll talk about it once the game is done. The fans are going to boo. I hope they boo really loud. This is not acceptable. A team that has 0 wins for the season wins at the San Siro. Rafa Leao forgot the ball. Nice work, Rafa. 2 minutes left. Milan should be beating a side that has won 0 matches this season. Ruben. Rafa. Leao! Oh, what a goal that would have been. My God, had he scored that. Had he scored that, that would have been the craziest goal. After everything that we've said about him. Tomori. 1 minute left. Fikayo crosses the ball out. Giroud with the control. Cleared out. Davide to Romero. Good touch, Davide. Romero to Yassin Adli. Has to cross it in. Good cross in. Florenzi is going to cross it in again. Alessandro Florenzi. Make it a good cross, please. Pass it to Leao. Give it to Leao. Yassin Adli. Milan lose the ball. This might be a second goal for Udinese. Very good chance a second goal for Udinese here. Udinese. Adley on him. Tovan. Couldn't get that in. Clear it. Just get the ball out. That's a game. I mean, there was a little bit of time spent before. I don't know if if the ref is gonna add any more minutes or give it, another 30 seconds to a minute. Because something did happen there, where there was an offside that was delayed by the ref, the linesman. Milan needs this loss. They need this loss to look at themselves in the mirror. A draw might paper over, some cracks. Not some cracks, some serious cracks. So I think they need to. There it is. There we go, guys. Udinese came in here. All right, let's do this for what? Maybe 15 minutes? I can't. How long can I cry for? I don't even know what to say to you guys. It's time for the coach to go. That's where I'll start. It's time for the coach to go, not just because of the performance today. You can look past a bad game. It happens. But you have to look at a pattern. A pattern is developing for me. I don't know if it's developing for you guys or not, but there's a pattern that's developing for me, and that is the fact that a lot of people, just like in the last match against Napoli, when I was at the pub, a lot of Milan Club Toronto members said it. He can't take Milan to the next level. After recent results, I feel like I don't even know if he can maintain the current level. Forget about taking the next level. Does a team that loses 1-0 at home against Udinese, a side that hasn't won a single Serie A match the entirety of the season, 11 matches in, going to go and suddenly take apart PSG that you just lost 3-0 to? With all the injury issues you have and the tactical awareness that your coach seems to show? No. It's not going to happen. The only roadblock, the major roadblock for Milan is, if not Pioli, then who? Sure, let's fire the coach. Who do we bring in? Well, there are a lot of people that have said a lot of things. Some very good analysts of the game, of Milan, longtime fans. I saw in the comments, not in the comments, on Twitter, sorry, talking about how, they should sign Andrei Shevchenko. Someone put that up. That solves nothing. Those Gattuso signing, the Inzaghi signing, bringing in Clarence Seedorf, bringing in A, B, and C, and D, that's not going to solve anything. The biggest concern for Milan now is who do they sign if not Pioli? But the truth is, I don't think they're going to fire Pioli. I think this management has shown that they're more likely to make these kinds of decisions at the end of the season. They're obviously not going to make this decision 3 days before a PSG Champions League match because, they seem to be, for whatever criticism people have of them, they seem to think things through and then, make a decision when they're definitive on it. But they don't seem to be very trigger hungry like Roman Abramovich seems to, used to be with Chelsea, where he just, fire coaches as soon as something wasn't going, exactly the way that he wanted it. These guys seem to be a little bit more laid back and a little bit calmer. And I think that is also reflected in North American style of play. In North America, a lot of, baseball coaches, basketball coaches, you don't see a lot of in-season firings. It's very rare. It's mostly you give them till the end of the season, you take your losses, you just accept how bad the results are going, and you get rid of the coach at the end, and then you start afresh the next season. I think that is much more likely what is to happen if the results don't change. But as a fan, I think Pioli's time is done. The team is in complete disarray. And it's not because of today's result. To me, it isn't. I'm going to pull something up here. Let's go into this window. Where is this window for me? Right. If I just go into Milan, first of all, you just look at the last, I don't know, these ads keep coming up. If I can just shut them down. Right. We look at the last four games. The loss against Juventus, the loss against PSG, the loss against now Udinese. Shocking. 2-0 up against Napoli. Feels like a loss, essentially. Dropping that 2-2. The match against Genoa, you just scraped a 1-0 win. The match before that against Dortmund, you couldn't pick up the win. Lazio was in a horrible form. Cagliari scored against you first. I guess, I can keep going back and back, but yes, they've picked up certain amount of wins, but it's just, you look at those losses, you look at the match against Inter. I don't want to keep repeating things, but I mean, at this point in time, I'm going to have to repeat some things. You look at some of the important matches they played this season, the match against Inter, the match against Juventus, the match against Napoli, as I said in the last video, the match against Borussia Dortmund, PSG, and Newcastle United. When you have 6 consequential matches, you're a team that has won the Scudetto, you're a team that has gone into the Champions League semifinal, you're now trying to make a statement. You have the confidence and the chutzpah, as someone said in the last video, to fire Paolo Maldini. You now need to show results. You can't fire Paolo Maldini and not do better than what you were doing before. Position-wise, they're still sitting in 3rd. It's fine. Milan will make top 4. I think the coach is good enough for that, just about. I think the team's good enough for that. We're not satisfied with top 4 anymore. We can't watch city neighbors and Inter fighting for the Scudetto while we're still fighting for top 4. We can't see them topping their Champions League group while we're floundering at the bottom, sinking away. You can accept bad results. We've done it for far too long. I've done it throughout the entire banter era. We picked up bad results and we still tuned in the next freaking match, hoping that something different's going to happen. But in this situation, it's very different. There's an investment that has gone into the team. There's clearly a decent enough coach. Is he out of his depth? Is he in bad form? Players go through bad form. Is the coach going through a tactically poor form? I don't know what it is. Obviously, there's that element. Obviously, there's the injury element too. But it's just not good enough. And as I was saying in the middle of the stream, of all the matches, bringing them back up again, of all the matches that they've lost, the match against Inter, look, truth is, Inter is the best team in the league in my opinion. So you lose 5-1 to them, horrible result, a complete tactical implosion from Stefano Pioli, clueless to any answers for the questions that were being put forth, but he lost to arguably the best team in the league. The bookies put them as favorites to win the Scudetto. You look at the next loss against Juventus. Yes, another tough loss at home, but Malik Tau picked up an unnecessary red card, and again, the coach failed to adjust in a certain manner. But more, I would blame that on the red card. The PSG result, I'm not going to look at it too much because you're playing PSG away from home. I don't know why some fans think that PSG is so bad. I don't think they're that bad. I think they're actually a very good team. I think they might even make a deep run in the Champions League this year. But that's neither here nor there. Let's stick to Serie A. Today's match might be the worst match Milan has played all season. The worst match. Is it coincidental that this match that Milan has played today is coming off the back of the results that we've seen? Coming off the back of the captain being critical of the team in a certain way? Coming off the back of Rafael Leao flailing his arms to the coach and saying, "Why did you take me off?" Coming off the back of Arrigo Sacchi making certain comments about the coach? Coming off the back of Olivier Giroud sitting on the icebox watching his team not be able to pick up a win? I don't think it's coincidental. There's a definite lack of acceptance, or the players are just not buying into what the coach is selling to them. Today's performance probably reflects that the most. And that's the frustrating part. You don't fire him for today's game. You fire him for his lack of tactical adjustments that he's made in important matches, playing the exact same way over and over again. That's where you go and handle the coach for. There's obviously a ton of comments in here, so I'm really going to try and run through these maybe over the next 10 to 15 minutes, because at some point in time, I do have to go for this birthday party. As I said, today's video, you guys, there are a few of you here. Please make sure, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Today, I won't be putting out a 4 takeaways, mostly because I have a birthday party to go to. So, this is going to be a standalone review of today's match. But seeing your comments, I know what the common theme is here in the comment section. It's get rid of Pioli, and I don't know how to disagree with you. I really don't know how to disagree with you. Let's just go through these. Can't wait to play Mbappe. Yeah, exactly, Marco. How much do you think Pulisic's absence and presence has been a factor for Milan up until now? I think all injuries have impacted Milan, but I still think this team is good enough to beat a team that hasn't won a single match in this Serie A. Udinese picked up their first 3 points of the entire season today at the San Siro. It doesn't matter if Pulisic isn't there. This team should be beating them. We're not looking at an Udinese that was at the beginning of last season when they were fighting in the top 3, top 4. This is a team that is almost trying to desperately avoid relegation. You can't lose to that team. I don't care if Pulisic is missing or freaking, whoever is missing. It doesn't matter. I thought we were bad even when we beat Hellas Verona. But these last few games are a disgrace to the badge. Pioli out. I know we're going to see a lot more of this. And I don't even know how to disagree with you on that. Verona game I can't fully recall, but Pioli out is going to be, is going to be everywhere. Forza Inter. At this point in time, I don't even know what to say. Inter's the best team in the league. I'll be the first one to say it. It's time for him to leave. Thanks for the Scudetto and for all he did. But we have to make a change now. His cycle is over. And as I said, I don't know if this management is going to let his cycle be over in the middle of the season or if they're going to give him more time. And I can't see them firing him, 3 days before a Champions League match. Pioli's on fire. I don't know. More like Pioli's lighting the entire squad on fire right now. Everyone's laughing at us for a year now. It's not the laughs, man. I'm not bothered if anyone's laughing. We're still the team that has won, almost 2 stars in the league. We're still the best ones in the Champions League. So everyone can laugh. The ancestry of this team has allowed us to be able to wear a certain badge of honor that we can continue to wear because no one's beaten those records. So it's not other people's laughing that it bothers me. It's just how we play. Play horribly. It's the 90 minutes that is more painful to me. It's just so embarrassingly bad. I can see some Interisti here. That's fine. Do what you guys got to do. I'm all good with a good amount of football banter, but yeah. Okay, now it's over. All right, Matt accepts. That was a load of crap. I can't defend this coach. Matt's on our side now, guys. Congratulations. He's finally here. Adrian, Milan is dead. I wouldn't go that far, but Pioli's definitely trying to light us on fire. That's for sure. Of course, there's more Pioli outs, and I get it. Disgrace. Enough disgrace. I get it. No more. Unfortunately, I think it's going to happen again against PSG. So get ready, my friend. Una más. Pioli needs to go, man. I'm depressed. Yes, that's the one that I was looking for, because I am too. Pioli needs to go. Pioli must go. Milan can lose 1,000 times and they would never learn. This is the frustrating part. Milan are the coach. And quite honestly, we had no answers. And you could watch the game from the first minute, and at no point in time were you convinced that they're going to score a goal. As soon as Udinese scored, quite honestly, this is the truth, I don't even think Udinese looked like they were going to score. I think they just got very fortunate with that Yassin Adli tackle. He got them a penalty. I guess Pioli will look at us and say, you guys wanted Adley, here he is. Adley made a difference in the game, guys. Just didn't make it the right way. I was looking forward to this game. Why, Llama? Why? Why would you do that? I was dreading this game. It came at the worst time. A team that hasn't won the whole season faces Milan. It was only going to go one way. Pioli out. Adley really sucks in some defensive situations. Yeah, his creativity is more important to me than his defense, but yes, he's the one who gave up that foul. We look so tactically deficient. This is the one that I want to address more. We look lost. We look totally lost. I think that's the one thing that has to be probably highlighted with 6 different highlighters. We are lost as a team. We have no idea what our exact attacking outlet is. We have one-dimensional way of attack. We give it to Leao, and we hope that he does something with it. We also have injuries on the right flank. You know, we had Messias and Alexis Salamakers last season. At least they're on the bench. Pulisic is out. Chukwueze is out. So we're basically flying once again with a single wing on this airplane. And that single wing is also arguably one of his worst patches of form and confidence. You could just tell by the way that he was yelling at his coach last match. And I think we're deficient in our attack, as you said. Tactically deficient. Clueless in what else to do outside of getting the ball out to Leao. That's where you need a new coach. You need somebody to come in, some tactical genius, which I'm not, but some tactical genius to come in and draw out some type of a plan that utilizes certain players a certain way. Look at how in the last season, let's just, pick on Pep Guardiola, the way he used John Stones in Manchester City. Totally different way of using a center back, almost using him as an attacking midfielder at times. Not attacking midfielder, but you know what I mean. More like a Mezzala in a midfield. And playing as an inverted player. It was just, you have to do something that is a little bit different. There's nothing different about Milan in all these bad results. It's the exact same thing. It's the Leao pass. Try and drive the ball. If nothing comes out of it, well, I guess we won't score then. There's nothing different tactically from this team. Did we see anything unique from Milan today outside of the formation when the team sheet was announced in a 4-4-2? Did the 4-4-2 play anything like what you would think that, okay, it's a 4-4-2, it's not a 4-3-3, it's not a 4-2-3-1, it's a different formation, maybe they'll tactically be any different. They played the exact same way like they usually do. Tactically deficient. Pioli has to leave. This is the beginning of the end for Pioli. Watch him go against PSG and pick up the 3 points. Suddenly we'll all have to shut up. Rightfully so for some time. But not accurate though. It'll be a win against PSG if they pull it off, but it won't be something that'll make me believe in the coach anymore. Every team knows exactly what we're going to do. As I said, pass layout, blah, blah, blah. There you go. Not to say blah, blah, blah to your comment. I think all of us are seeing the exact same game at this point. You know why it's so annoying that you are saying this, I'm saying this, everybody's saying this? Is because everybody fucking knows that's what's going to happen. How does the coach not realize that every fan knows what we're going to do? Then how would an opposition research not put that on the top of their list? If there's a whiteboard for the opposition Milan tactics, there's 1 point on it. That's the only point that they tell their players to watch out for. Because they'll tell their players, this team is clueless outside of this. Just take care of Rafael Leao, you'll be fine. And on top of everything, Leao is running through a form which is quite honestly pretty disastrous for him too. So we're literally just sitting around here watching this team get murked the exact same way every single week because they're doing nothing different. We saw nothing different from this team. Pioli has never been a top coach. He has always been a mid-table, savior from relegation type of a coach. I mean, he won a Scudetto. So, and I don't think you win Serie A titles, as an off chance. I think you have to be a very, very good coach to be able to pull it off. Some luck has to go your way, but I think luck has to go your way in every championship winning season. He's obviously a good coach. He's just hit his ceiling. And the fact that he's hit his ceiling and everybody recognizes that he's hit his ceiling is now impacting his confidence, which is actually not even allowing him to now meet his ceiling. He's now dropping down because the players are not buying into what he's selling. This team didn't look like they were playing for the coach. This team looked like they were playing with blindfolds on, totally clueless. And once again, some questionable picks. In hindsight, I guess Krunic over Adli, we can have a whole debate. What is Jovic doing on the field? It took me till the 78th minute in the second half to realize that Jovic is not even on the field in the second half. It took me 23 minutes to realize the guy's not on the field because I didn't see him in the first half anyways. What is he doing? They save energy and tactic in UCL match on Wednesday. Is the match on Wednesday or Tuesday? I honestly can't remember. Let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. De Zerbi, man, I'm begging for him to come to Milan. I don't know. I think one of the biggest problems is that he has a good thing going for him in Brighton. I mean, he has had a good thing going for him in Brighton. Why would he want to leave? But if this is how bad Milan goes, maybe in the summer they might bring him on. I think they would just bring on an interim coach. If they even fire him, I don't think they're going to fire him, quite honestly. You know what? What I am going to do is I'm going to go on Twitter and see what the mood is right now, because I am curious to see how the mood with everybody is on Twitter, because a lot of the times that tells you a lot. Well, someone decided to go to the game. They didn't like it. Here we go. Milan just got booed off to San Siro as fans aren't happy with the season so far. These are the things that, we're looking at now. Last in their UCL group, 6 points behind first place. That's not a big deal. 11 games in, not a big deal at all. Struggling to score and defend. That's the big deal. Because lost the derby to Inter 5-1. That's not important either. This is the important point. Because if this point keeps repeating itself, the other 3 points will naturally happen. And that's the problem for Milan. Right? Struggling to score. And I don't know if they're struggling to defend per se. I think defensively they've been a lot better. But man, for a team that invested all that money into attack, we are poo-poo when it comes to attack. And the last 4 games, obviously, this is what sort of dictates your confidence level anyways. So when that happens, your confidence level gets questioned. How do you rate Pioli out of 10? Let me just see some replies. -10, 2, Amazon, big 0, 2 out of 10. The sentiment is the same pretty much going everywhere. We got some controversial posts here. We've had chances. Okafor doesn't shoot. Nobody's not guilty, but the lazy analysis that is all on the coach has got to stop. It's a group effort of bad. Of course. I think the coach is always the scapegoat. He has to be, because he's the one man that you can replace a lot easier than replacing 11 players. So naturally, you're always going to go after the coach. But there's no way that this team is not where it is because of its coach. A massive credit of this downfall has to go to Stefano Pioli. Anybody who says it's not is I completely disagree with them. This is also true. 0 goals and assists in 8 games in all competitions. Well, we got to listen to some Inter fans talking about this. Again, another truth. 0 goals and assists in 8 matches. We're looking at Kvaratskhelia and all that stuff, this and that, Okay. I don't want to talk about war right now. All right, so I'll come back to this. I'll give it another 5 minutes before I head out. I mean, it's depressing. That's all that I can say. And I'll run through some of your guys' comments. Invest money to get De Zerbi. I don't know, man. Maybe at the end of the season, Milan will do it. There's nothing that's going to happen right now. Pioli is so clueless. He doesn't know what he's doing. Hans Flick. No, we do not need an we do need an experienced coach. I agree. I don't know who that is. Let's start a GoFundMe for De Zerbi. Let's do it. I'll donate. Stop hating Pioli. I don't think there's any hate. We just want to see good results. If we don't see good results, we have to hold players responsible. We have to hold the coach responsible. So let's start with the players too. You know what? Let's just quickly close this video off. We're just going through. I'll just run through the player ratings because it's going to be a disaster too, just like the coach's performance. Maignan obviously wasn't really relevant, couldn't really do much on the penalty. I mean, what can he really do? The backline to me wasn't too bad. Calabria actually probably had a better game than usual. I think for the past maybe 2-3 matches, Calabria's looked relatively okay. Malik Tau, again, defensively we were fine. Florenzi was a lot more involved. I feel like in some manners, in some ways with the crosses coming in, Florenzi was a little bit more involved in the match compared to how Theo Hernandez is. So we really, the fact that we didn't miss Theo Hernandez today should tell us something too. Of course, it's not just the coach. The fact that we didn't miss Theo Hernandez today should tell us how irrelevant one of our leaders has been this season. There we go. Yunus Musa on the right flank, can only expect so much from him. Krunic actually wasn't bad. Maybe if he had been the player who stayed, we wouldn't have conceded that penalty. Who knows? But that's neither here nor there. Reinders, I think he's just too tired. He can't freaking take so much mileage on a player. It's just not fair. Leao, 7.2 for Rafael Leao. For what? 0 goals, 0 assists in 8 matches. Yeah, he whipped the ball in. He was by far our most creative attacker, but there's no outcome. What am I going to do with all these ratings and chance creations and expected goals? Doesn't do anything. Giroud completely absent. Jovic completely absent. So nothing about that is surprising. Well, those are your team ratings, guys. Good luck. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, I'm on someone tag me here. You know what? I'm going to come back to that later. I just want to get through some posts here. 8 players clap. AC Milan fans despite boos. Pioli straight down the tunnel. Well, there we go. There we go. There's our coach. Pioli straight down the tunnel. There's our coach. And this is what happens with him. In the last match, when Milan didn't get the right result, what did Stefano Pioli do, guys? Stefano Pioli came out, and Stefano Pioli said that for 60 minutes, Milan was better than PSG. Take the accountability, man. When you win, you go there to clap the fans. When you put on a disaster show in front of the fans, go back there and clap again. Take the boos on the chin. Don't just take the applause and carry the players and point at and then, wave your arms up. Listen to them screaming Pioli's on fire before the match kicked off. But if the match doesn't go your way, I'm just going into the tunnel. I'm not even going to face the fans. These are small, arbitrary things. In some ways, they're big. Some ways, they're small. It's not important. Maybe he needed to go to the bathroom for all I know. What I do know is that he's there when we're winning. Be there when we're losing too. Please. 8 players clapping. Look at Florenzi. Of course, I'm not surprised that he's there. Jovic the worst. Reinders disappoints. Reinders is tired for me. There we go. Here it is again. Krunic withdrawn due to muscle discomfort as crisis doesn't deepen. This is disastrous. And here we go. I mean, we can... how much more do you guys let me know in the comment section? How much more do you want me to depress you? Because I can just keep going at this point. I'm going to start closing off this video now. If you guys haven't already, I'll still go through some of your comments, but I will start closing it off now. There's a few hundred you guys here still. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and obviously hit the like button as well for this video. Just crack it over 100 likes. That'll help the channel. I won't be putting out a review today because I have to go to a birthday party. But this video will be the standalone video sitting there. So, about 8-9 more likes, push it over 100. That'll be, nice, something positive that happens for me today. Selfishly asking for it, but I appreciate if you guys can do that. F these clowns. Yes, F these clowns for sure. Please stop defending the coach. Doesn't matter. Let people defend the coach. There's no defense for him. The results are speaking for themselves. Anybody who wants to defend the coach or not is secondary to me, because results are speaking enough for the coach. Conte to Milan. Oh yeah, Conte's another profile. Milan doesn't have the squad that Conte would want. This is not the team that a coach like him wants. First of all, there's big question marks if Milan would even want to bring him on. Secondly, he's a very different coach from the type of, at the conclusion of the season or beginning of this season, Cardinale came out and clearly said he wants an attacking style of football. That's not what Conte offers. So I don't think that'll happen. That's probably not going to happen. Yeah, there we go. Someone's answering it for me. Inter has their second star. Congrats, Inter. Probably do. Not Conte. I agree with Matt. Zidane. Where is Zidane, by the way? Dude just won, 3 Champions League titles in a row, and he's just sitting there waiting for a job posting? We're going to be here forever saying, if you sack Pioli, who do you bring? We deserve this. It's like masochism. Conte makes no sense. I agree with that. I think I already addressed that. You're right. More. To me also, he wouldn't really make much sense. Mbappe should pity us. It would be nice. But I'm telling you, Milan can come out on Wednesday or whenever the match is and put on a clinic and beat them. Oh man, there's so many comments. I definitely can't get through this many. At some point in time, I'm going to have to go. I have to go to the mall, pick up a gift card, everything. Oh my God. Holy, you guys are pissed. There's like hundreds here. All right, I'll try and go for another 13 minutes. Let's just do this. We seem so tactically deficient. I think I already touched on that, Terry, before. Why is our possession 70% in our defense? Ask the coach. This is the point. Never had the feeling that we're dangerous today. From the first minute till the 90th minute, never looked like Milan was going to score anyways. This, John Cena, is important. I think the firing of Maldini and Masara and the sale of Sandro Tonali totally distracted Milan fans and the club from what was the real problem at the club. And that was the 5th place. And that did come courtesy to the coach too. Maldini can be blamed, Masara can be blamed for certain acquisitions. Player performances can be blamed for certain reasons. The coach was responsible in February too. But Maldini's firing, Tonali's sale, these things totally distracted us from this problem, which is exactly why at the beginning of the season in my preview, I had put Stefano Pioli. I had Martino on. I had Orlhat Rossonero there on there. Martino said maybe not he gets fired. Orlhat Rossonero said he's going to stay. I had a red box behind him. For me, he doesn't make it through the season. Now, will he make it through the season? Maybe. Should he be? No. That's the thing. We got distracted with these firings and didn't realize that the real problem was still sitting on the bench in some ways. He started off well, so, we got sidetracked, but I don't know. This result is on Pioli for sure. The last few results are on Pioli. If your team is up 2-0 against Napoli and you lose and you draw 2-2, that's on the coach too. Got to do something different. Maldini was right. Maldini was right about a lot of things, man. Here, I don't know in which case, but yeah, I don't want to watch it either. The PSG match, that's a nightmare waiting to happen. Why would I put myself through that? Worst game of the season, as Matthew said it. I agree. For worst game of the season, just because of how we performed. You can have bigger losses, but at least you put in an effort. You try something. You tactically make mistakes. Today, they were clueless. I'm from South Africa, and we have one of the worst leagues in the world, the PSL. And watching Milan now is like watching Kaiser Chiefs play. So boring, no direction, clueless, absolutely terrible. Today was exactly that. Lotsa. Hey, Kush, I'm loving the content. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, my friend. Very kind of you. We need to get a forward. Which one do I even go to now? Leao's body language was awful. He was actually not too bad today. I'll give Leao where I want to give him the stick, but today he was really trying. He just had no options. And by options, I mean a coach has to direct the player a little bit, right? A coach doesn't need to teach a player how to kick the ball and how to get a swerve in a ball and how to hit it with your right outside of your foot. But the coach has to give the players a little bit direction. Call Leao over. Hey, when you're doing this, move this around. Use that teammate. Wait for the overlap coming. Something. Leao just looks like he has the exact same way of playing, and the coach is not changing it anyways. As we said, Leao, inshallah. That's it. I can't believe we could have signed Thuram. Yeah. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Man, they missed Pulisic and Teo so much today, but they should. But did we miss Teo though? We missed Pulisic for sure. Did we miss Teo? I don't think so. That's the crazy part. Forza Inter, we got another Interista just watching us, basically implode. Jovic is worse than Origi. Bingo. Didn't think of that, but he absolutely is. All right, I think at this point in time, guys, these comments won't stop. I understand the frustration, but these are pretty much going nonstop. So at this point in time, 6:20 here. I got to leave in a little bit. Yeah, here's the thing. All 3 points addressed. The thing is, at this point in time, we just have to wait to see what the management does. I'm not very happy to hear that the coach didn't even go to applaud the fans. I understand they booed him, but you still do that because when you're winning, you're taking the applause. You have to take the criticism when you're losing. I think Pioli has given me too many reasons now to question him. Too many. I think one of the reasons is his responsibility and accountability. After the match against PSG, to come out and say we played better for 60 minutes. Today, taking that loss at the San Siro against a team that hasn't won a single match in the entire season, and you just go down the tunnel, don't applaud the fans, and apologize. I think the coach doesn't want to take responsibility and look at the mirror and say, we weren't very good against PSG. We were horrible. We weren't very good today, and I apologize for it. The coach has to take more responsibility than Calabria or Giroud. The coach cannot listen to what Calabria's criticism of the team is and come out and say, oh, he's emotional and upset, that's why he's saying it. The coach has to say, I agree with him. We haven't been good enough. And until that comes from Milan, I don't think anything's going to change. I think it's a disaster waiting to happen on whenever the match is against PSG. But we'll just have to wait to see. Sometimes this team just turns it around and, picks up a big win. And then we have to forget about how bad Pioli has been in the past. But this is what it is. Terrible loss today. Milan still sits. Good news is Milan still sits third place in the league. But as always, no 4 takeaways today. This is going to be a standalone video. As always, especially in a loss. Forza Milan. Grazie mille. Ciao.